It has been almost a week since the events of the break-in at the warehouse. You all have gone back to your lives with a relative sense of normalcy, and there really hasn't been much going on since then. There's been some investigations and a general wariness of the situation. People are hearing rumors. People are confused about what happens that day and what's been happening since then, but to be perfectly honest, it's not that weird in this strange city. There is a lot going on. There are various heists and technology running rampant, and your shenanigans have not raised that much of an eye, so there is not any specific inquiries. You have not had any further contact with Panoptic or anything, really. There is a hired investigator for HARP that is investigating the warehouse and trying to get any information that they can, really. Whether or not you've chosen to interact with this person and help them in their inquiry or simply avoid them for your own safety is completely up to you. Other than that, there have been some personal, lots of self-proclaimed reporters talking about things on their websites or blogs or streaming information. Lots of people that will show up with their phone and look at what's happening. And there's of course lots of activity with the skaters going back and forth, but otherwise there is no cause for alarm, and no one is really doing anything about the situation. Whether or not you guys want to is entirely up to you, but what have you all been doing with the past week?
Joseph, got his window repaired, and I'm gonna spend another favor to get his car fixed up.
Okay.
I know it's not really, that banged up, but I'd still prefer it look nice. Um, Aside from that, it's kind of just been business as usual. Um, you know, Candle hasn't done much of anything different, and well, that's about it.
Okay. Have you been trying to keep your ear out to the public, maybe communicate with any sort of visitors or anything, or you just
Uh,
sticking to yourself?
I'm keeping my ears open as much as normal. I have checked in on how Daryl is doing.
Mm-hmm.
Because I do want to, make sure that he's doing completely fine after what happened. And how's the kid? I know that cyberpsychosis happened, but I haven't heard any real news on how he's going.
This will be two separate things. But if you want to go and visit Daryl at the hospital, you can. Or I assume you're going to see him physically, right?
No, yeah. Why the fuck would I sit
Okay.
on complete no?
You're basically as close as you can get to family, and so you can clearly go and see him. He is
Yeah.
hooked up to machinery at the moment because he has a big hole in his chest. He seems like he's going to make it, but the situation that he's dealing with right now is that he's probably going to have to get some cybernetics in order to survive this. He's going to have to get like an iron lung situation set up. And he's just trying to decide if he wants to do that even though it's technically already been done to him. And if he does do this, this isn't an issue of money. This is an issue of personal. What's the term I'm looking for? He's basically in the same situation as you, that he just doesn't really want to be a part of this world, this technological advanced world, and now he's being forced into it, and so that's sort of wearing on him, if anything. And so he's struggling to decide if he wants to. He's basically holding off from getting the implants at the moment, because once he does succumb to it, it's basically his decision at that point. Because what's been done to him was against his will at this point. So once he knows that he has to accept it, basically, that's what he's struggling with at the moment.
Candle, oddly enough, is going to be telling Daryl that he should get the implants. It might be his choice, but
He's like, yeah, I know I gotta go through it with it, but I'm just too stubborn. Not really sure what I'm gonna do about the whole situation. Will admit, it'll do me some good. Get some lungs that'll actually hold up better in my old age.
Yeah. Who knows, maybe you could even take up smoking again.
That is one of the upsides. But yeah.
And I promise, if you go cyber psycho or somehow end up losing or you start going crazy for implants, I'll make sure to put you down myself. Meant as a joke, mostly, but partially serious.
Yeah, I'm worried about that kid. You haven't heard anything about him, have you?
No, I haven't heard much anything. Maybe I'll ask one of those net runner types that runs by my bar every now and then. See if they know anything.
You do that, okay.
Now, you should probably go ahead and get some rest.
Yeah, that's what everyone's telling me.
Well, you need rest like I wouldn't say like a hole in the chest, but
they want to transfer me into the home after this. Can you believe it?
I'm not gonna let them do that.
Yes, that's his situation. He's got basically a week before he needs to make the decision, basically. Otherwise, they'll basically evict him from the hospital or whatever. But that's his situation. That's just a little scene. Let's cut over to someone else. Does anyone else want to be doing anything at the moment?
Can I ask a quick out-of-character question regarding the previous interaction? So...
I mean, if you want to go visit Daryl too, you can.
I mean, yeah, but, you said that there were new things, offered besides cybernetics, like, augmentations and genetic modifications and whatnot?
Yes.
Is it possible to use Daryl's DNA to grow a replacement lung?
Yeah, it's absolutely possible.
Can I bring that up to him on my visit?
Yeah, you could absolutely tell him that. He would ask if you know anyone that has any sort of speciality with that, basically, because your sort of thing is go ahead and dealing with injuries and whatnot, not genetically growing and mutating and
Right.
adapting them. Is there a role that you would like to make to see if you have any connections?
What would that be?
Street smarts maybe, or you could do like a library search, I suppose. But I think this would be
I'll do
more of like
library
a
search.
personal connection, yeah. This would be like the difference between having heard of it and actually knowing a guy, though.
Okay.
What'd you get?
Can I roll both?
Yeah.
Okay.
What'd you get for the first one?
I got library. I got 13.
Okay.
And then local expert was the other one?
Yes.
Okay. For that, I got an 11.
Okay. You would know that there's probably a few people nearby that have done some genetic modification, but usually what they do is actually like grafting and editing genetics rather than actually making something from scratch. So you don't know someone that would work specifically for this, and none of them you particularly know too well and trust necessarily.
Okay.
But I would also say that you do know that there are people out there that do that, just maybe not in your personal area of expertise, like in your area of the city that you would know off the top of your head. But you do know that it is a real thing that can be done. And he thanks you for that information because he did not know about that. So now he is going to spend his time maybe researching that and seeing if he can find someone he likes and trusts.
I will also offer my location as somewhere for him to go should the hospital kick him out.
Okay. Do you want to offer to give him a space at your hospital?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like I have he can either choose like a studio apartment type thing or like patient recovery room, which I feel like he may choose the recovery room until he has the actual lung.
If you wanted to help him transfer him in his current situation to your hospital for the time being, for however long you want to help hold him, that would cost 2 favor.
Okay. How much do I have again? Hold on.
Just because it's a little difficult to... It's not just like hiring a taxi. This is hiring a taxi that can, fit a bunch of machinery.
Right.
So that's why it's 2 favor.
Okay. Well, yeah. I give him the option, and I'll spend the 2 favor for whenever he's ready to come over.
Okay. We can just say that happens in this week of downtime then. He has moved from the hospital to your hospital, and is on technically life support, but now is more readily available to you. And if you find someone that can help him, they can come to your specialized setup, basically.
Okay.
Okay.
I also make the party aware of his new location.
Okay. Easy enough. Anyone else want to do anything?
For Kaizo, he doesn't know if he's gonna ask his sister, and at the very next day after that night, he would have done a quick stream saying that he's got exclusive footage of that weird blackout thing, and then he was gonna basically tell people that someone he was close to went a little psycho, and he's gonna take a momentary break to try to find that guy. But he basically puts it on the audience that if they want him to go after somebody, to find someone for him to target next.
Okay.
And then he doesn't know if his sister's gonna do it because she usually kind of ignores him half the time. He's gonna ask her to look into that username of the person who stole Auden's song.
How about you roll charismatic impact to see if you can persuade these people to help you out?
13.
Okay. You've got a very limited following at the moment, but people are definitely on your side with this. So they'll put some ears out, and they're trying to figure out what happened at the warehouse. Wait, what specifically are you trying to... I know that you're asking, like, what should I do next, fans or whatever, but at the same time, it seemed like you were getting a favor.
For the audience, he's just basically telling them that if they want to like look for a criminal that they want to beat up, it's not like a high priority thing. It's just like, give me suggestions if you want, like, if you have anything in mind.
Okay.
What he's really trying to do is he feel like he doesn't have time to focus on the channel right now because he wants to find Auden and figure out if he's okay.
Gotcha.
He's basically doing that thing where a YouTuber will be like, hey, suggest me a game to play.
Yeah, basically. Which you absolutely do, and you don't even need to roll to do that. I thought you were asking them to, like, look into the situation. But if you're just, like, giving them heads up on the situation and letting them know what's going on, yeah, you can just go ahead and do that. I'll say that then with that roll, you gain a few more viewers.
Roger.
I think you gain, like, I'll say 10 more viewers. Slowly rising up. That's how it starts. And then what did you want to ask your sister for?
Since she's pretty much only ever on the whatever, I can't remember what the internet is called in Cyberpunk, but basically I don't think Freddy mentioned that what he found out about the entity that stole the music, so he's just gonna ask her if she can, like, look into if there's any meaning behind that username.
Yeah. Does somebody have Auden's laptop? I feel like somebody grabbed it.
I grabbed mine.
Was it Freddy? Freddy, did you grab Auden's laptop?
To the laptop?
Yes.
Yeah, Freddy has Auden's laptop. Okay. Because he wanted to hack it later.
Yes.
Gotcha. So you're just basically asking your sister to do some net running for you, basically?
Yeah. Basically just see if she can find out if there's any other location that username has popped up.
Yeah, because actually traversing the cyberspace is deadly. It's not just like normal internet where there are ads and hackers and whatnot. It is like literally walking into a death trap. It is a minefield and an escape room at the same time. There's just so much rogue AI that's out there, and like programs that have just been completely left that are so detrimental. It is like fighting through a war zone to get to the library, basically. But some people like that. Some people like to peruse and whatnot. So I'm not going to give your sister an actual stat block, just because I think if you actually want to make her a reoccurring character and whatnot, we'll have to do a little bit more world building and character development and then we'll sort of see how that goes. I'm fine for absolutely introducing an NPC. I just think at the moment I'm going to decide when and where, how that sort of progresses, rather than giving her stats and making her roll. For the time being, at least, if you're all right with that.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Okay. And in the
in my
future,
head,
if you
she
want
was-
to have her as like a sidekick or NPC or whatnot, we can absolutely do that. And you don't even have to like spec into something like executive or lawman to hire people or whatever. Although it would be kind of cool to do something like that, but we don't have to. Just because I don't want you guys to be able to be like, and I want to call over my 15 cousins that are clearly in my backstory and get them to be, you know. I want to keep it relatively simple, and, you know, you can have whatever sort of family and connections you want, and we'll relate that to world building to start with, and then we'll develop that into actual characters once we get a bit more to work with. But other than that, was there anything you were trying to do? Basically, once I have information for you, your sister will get back to you.
He himself is trying to figure out, like, he'll probably have to hire somebody to help him, but try to find Auden.
What's the... Shoot, hold on. I always forget what these different... Go ahead and roll a human perception for me. That's under social skills. It's empathy if you don't have the skill.
$19.
Okay. Your sister seems concerned that you're talking about somebody named Auden, and she almost seems like she's humoring you by saying that she'll look for him or any information on him. To the point where she doesn't even truly believe that a person named Auden exists.
He's gonna clock that for now. He doesn't.
But she'll do it for you.
Thinks, because yeah.
Freddie.
I think he's just very confused by what he's like seeing in her reaction.
Right. Yeah.
Someone called me?
Yeah. Do you wanna do a little scene or anything with this week of downtime? Just because you're the only person that hasn't gone yet.
Yeah. What I was thinking is, I went ahead and took on a job for a company for net running, just to make some extra money.
Do you have any specific one that you would want to try and work for, like any of the major corporations, or just sort of like a small business?
It's a small business.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your interface skill then. Let's see how well you do.
11.
Okay. Trying to think of what sort of businesses we've hired you.
Maybe debugs the malware from a local shop. I don't know.
Sure. let's say that you took a job working at Barbara Matinee, which is this, it's one of those old cinemas that are one of the few that are still around, where you can actually physically go to see a showing, which is so abnormal and foreign, like actually going somewhere, rather than just like downloading into your brain and watching it, basically. So they need their security system checked up and whatnot, because these are a bunch of old farts that don't really know how to deal with this nonsense, but know that they have to in order to keep their business safe and whatnot. So you go ahead and help them defrag their hard drives and get that stuff set up and whatnot. While you're in their system, do you want to look around or root around for anything?
Yes.
Okay. What would you like to look at? You just want to see if there's any sort of criminal activity tied to them, look for mysterious behavior, or maybe connect to some of the other businesses that they're in touch with. Or something else.
No, I'm gonna play it nice this time. So yeah, I'll go ahead and check if there's like any criminal activity from like the past.
I'll just go ahead and say that this system is so new, it's like baby mode. It's easy for you to move around in. That is also letting you know that it would be pretty dangerous. Like it would be easy for other people to also hack into this. So if you want to upgrade their security, you could do so, and you might be able to get a bit more money. But you do notice that there is no, criminal activity. They're not doing anything outside the books. Nobody has come through here and used their systems illegally. It's basically just a very standard, very simple showroom.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and upgrade their security.
Okay. Go ahead and take 2 favors for checking their stuff and upgrading it for them. And you basically just set up like some cyber turrets or whatever. But yeah, is there anything that you would like to do while you're hacked in here?
No, I think that'll be all.
Okay.
And I guess on the sideline, I'll be looking into the laptop.
Okay. The laptop itself is one of those older models that doesn't automatically have any sort of wireless connection to it. So you'll have to figure out some physical way to actually connect to it, which you would probably want to do at either some sort of shop or something, which I don't know if you have a location that's like your home base for you to do. Do you go to Candle's bar and just like do this in the back room or something?
Yes.
Okay. You I want to roleplay this scene where you go back to Candle's bar with this thing tucked underneath your arm. The thing's just sparking, and it's making weird sounds. Is Candle used to this? Is this something that Freddy does often?
I'm sorry. What's up?
Freddy's coming to your bar to do some maintenance.
Oh.
He's bringing his work into your business.
I mean, like, is anything wrong with the bar itself?
No, your bar's fine. I was
Yeah,
asking
then,
you because it is your location. How do you feel about it?
Candle just like Candle looks at it and he's like, just he sighs to himself, and then he like calms himself down. He's like, "This is a part of the world. I just have to kind of deal with it. I can't just." He's annoyed, but like he'll live. It's whatever.
If you may, I have a suggestion.
Yeah, sure.
I like to imagine that Candle has like a flip top tote that he has like tucked in the back somewhere that has like a bunch of Ethernet and USB cables and like phone wire still somehow. And he's like, here, use it. It's like Freddy's play tote basically. Like when he comes over, you're like, here, knock yourself out. Just stay out of the way.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that would be kind of funny. It's from every phone or thing that has been confiscated from people killed in the watering hole.
He pulls out a Roku remote and he's like, I know these things turn on stuff. Have you tried one of these? This magic wand up here does stuff.
On his girlfriend. Don't know how that went, but he did. Everybody got to use this on his girlfriend. I have no clue how that went, but he did use it.
I see. Interesting. Just gonna give a thumbs up.
The guy accidentally hit the mute button on his girlfriend instead of the turn on button, and then she just got really mad.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah, it didn't work the way he wanted.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Candle just drops the bag on the table, gently, of course, so the table bends.
Okay. Freddy, you can find some sort of hardware that actually go ahead and make a general general tech. What is this? Basic tech.
Intelligence?
16.
Okay, yeah, you can find a cord and you can hook up to it and you can interface with it. And you're probably smart enough to put up some safety precautions in case you get surged or whatever. This laptop, its screen is no longer working. You're barely sure if any of the actual hardware is working. But if you want to try and read some of the information off of it, you can do that. Or you can try and repair it. But if you do that, you might lose some information. So you've got two options, and man, I hate doing this to you, but basically you can try and read what you can now, with the possibility of you yourself getting damaged from electrical shock or whatever, just a little bit, not too much. You'll take like a couple points of damage or something, or you can try to repair it with the possibility of you losing all information. And if you would like to think about it, we can come back to you, because I do believe Candle wanted to do something.
No. I'm all good.
Alright,
Oh yeah, that, thinking about it, since Freddy's here, like right before he plugs in, he just asks about the kid. He's like, hey, so you know, tech ain't really my world, so I figured I'd ask you. You've talked to the kid before. You heard anything about him? Anything good or bad? Just I'd like some news if you come across it.
I haven't heard anything lately. So who knows how the kid's doing?
Fair enough. Then Candle just goes back to doing his job as normal.
And I'll just go ahead and read whatever I can see.
Okay. I think now that you have physically connected to it, go ahead and roll an interface check.
Interface, okay. 11.
Okay. You realize that trying to sift through a lot of this stuff isn't going to be easy. And you kind of just start pushing through all this muddy data, and a lot of it is fragmented and shattered. A lot of it is incomplete, and you're kind of looking at a bunch of stuff. There isn't a whole lot of stuff to be found other than like personal information and like the generic programs for the laptop or whatnot. Is there anything specific that you are looking for, or are you just trying to find anything that's sort of out of place?
I'm trying to find something that's either helpful to me or something out of place.
Okay. I would like you to make a skill check of some kind, and I'd like you to decide what it would be. And I'll allow something just as simple as perception, conceal reveal, or just a basic tech roll or something.
I'll just go ahead and roll basic tech.
Okay.
And I got a 17.
Okay. With a 17. With a 17, you can tell that a lot of the information in here almost actually seems to be targeted. This isn't like the way that the damage done to this doesn't look like just a random surge. This looks like this laptop was specifically hacked and destroyed to the point where no trace was left, but you can tell that a lot of this stuff is just way too specific to be targeted. Where a lot of the surges, you know, like sort of spread out in a spider web, rather than just being like a specific section of the computer inaccessible, if that makes sense.
Okay. I'll go ahead and back up everything that is accessible to me.
Okay.
So I can share it with the group for later on.
Okay. Yeah, you basically make like a safe copy of whatever he's got that you can manage to get. There isn't a whole lot that is, again, like I said, legible for the best term. But you can find his original files on there. I will say specifically of interest, the music that he made is difficult for you to copy. It's almost like it itself is unable for you to copy and pull off, which sort of makes sense. That's something that a lot of musicians and whatnot make in order to prevent people from stealing. But that does remind you of the time where he said that his art did get stolen before. So I will say with ease, you can capture everything but the music off of his laptop.
Okay.
If you want to try and get the music, you'll have to roll interface again.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that.
Okay.
13.
I'm gonna say you try doing a little bit of bypass by like swapping around where the location actually is, so you're not like trying to steal and copy the information, but actually try to move where it is from the computer to you. And when you do that, you actually feel a painful shock. Go and take 4 points of damage. And are you just downloading this stuff directly into your hard drive, or do you have like an external thing that you've got? Like, are you putting this in your brain or on a thumb drive?
Into my brain.
Oh, okay. I am going to say that you are unable to copy or move the music.
Okay.
But you may try again.
Yeah, okay, but this time I'll move it somewhere else. Takes out a USB out of a pocket.
Okay. Go ahead and roll interface. Or if you want to try security electronics, if you're basically trying to bypass that.
I'll just roll interface.
Okay.
Ooh. 23.
Okay. Yes. You have to do it, like a sort of long obtuse way of basically moving the entire hard drive onto your system and then deleting the excess bits from where you copied it earlier. But you are able to basically get all of the damaged information from his hard drive onto the thumb drive or into you.
Thumb drive.
Okay. So yes, the information is still on the laptop. Or sorry, you have taken all of the information from the laptop now onto the thumb drive, which means that you have a little cleaner and safer workspace for messing with the information. And now the laptop is completely void, empty, broken, and useless.
I'll buy him a new. I'll buy him a new laptop.
Okay. But yes, if you want to try and decipher any of the information, you'll have an easier time of it now with not so dangerous working with. Let's cut over to somebody. Does anyone else want to do anything, or are people just interested in what Freddy's doing? I mean, if you guys want to join the scene at any point in time, you can hop in. So you come and meet up at the watering hole.
What was the kind of background that Daryl had? He had like an ear to the ground, didn't he?
Not so much. He was a biker.
Okay.
So he wasn't that in touch with the modern world, but he was a good man that people knew and respected. Similar to Candle in a way.
Let's at those two people. Oh, there it is. Uh, I think Kaiser might try to reach out to this Amelia person to see if he can help her, but also get help in exchange for trying to find Auden.
Okay. I'm trying to remember who Amelia is. Yes, Amelia Cartwright. Amelia is the one of the journalists. Think of like very Lois Lane, like usually causing more trouble than actually investigating it. Likes to poke a lot of fingers and whatnot. How would you like to get in touch with her?
Well, if she has a blog, then probably the best thing to do would be to shoot her some sort of message.
Okay.
Thing is, they're both content creators of some sort. Probably say something about meeting at Candles at a certain time.
Go ahead and make what would this be? Some sort of social skill. Maybe persuasion. Or conversation. If you just want to do it like a normal conversation.
I think I'll go. I got a 13.
Okay. Yeah, she wants to know what sort of information that you have, but she's willing to discuss it in person. She rarely has people that contacts her directly, so she's willing to jump at this chance, even if it is quite possibly fake or a scam or something. She doesn't necessarily believe you, but she's willing to take the chance. And she's fine with meeting at a public space, especially one that isn't so mechanically overridden, basically.
If she requires some sort of incentive or proof, he'll give like a short snippet of what his drone captured, but not the whole thing.
A snippet of what?
Of the when everybody like got overloaded at the outside of Candle's bar.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because your thing was still going.
Yeah, he'll give like the moments drawing close to it, and then say, "Meet me if you want to see the rest of it."
She's not sure what this has to do with the warehouse, but she comes and visits you at the watering hole.
Where I thought she was investigating people who cyberware get overloaded.
Yeah, she was told that there was someone that got hacked and went to the warehouse and caused a big old hubbub. So she thought that's where the story was, but when you did share that your basically there's a bunch of different stories going on, because this happened in multiple areas across the city where a bunch of people which seems to be almost unanimously at the same time had their cyberware basically overloaded.
Gotcha.
But there's been no stories of people getting hacked or people going cyber psycho, other than your story and your information that you're given. So she comes up, and she's got short auburn hair, just sort of a very simple get up where she's kind of got like this big overcoat that she's got buttoned up. Very, very business-like. She's got like a small little hat on that she takes off when she comes in, gives a nod to Candle, and quickly moves over to your table and meets you there. And she says, so, what have you got?
Well, I got footage of just before a clump of people just outside this door. Basically, that event that everybody's talking about.
Okay. Yeah, we can say that you explain the situation to her. Actually, how much would you like to tell her? I guess that's an important question.
He's gonna like first try to like give like small tidbits until he can get like a feel for her, if he thinks he can trust her or not.
Okay. Go ahead and roll human perception again. Or if you want to see if you know of her and her story, basically. The best way I can describe her character is a media, where she doesn't necessarily have a personal stake in things, but she definitely pokes everything. Especially the things she shouldn't.
I'll do human perception.
Okay. That's basically the insight check of this game.
Got a 15.
Okay. You can tell that she doesn't personally care about individual people. She wants to know the bigger picture, the bigger story, and you get the idea that she probably has some agenda against corporations in general, but I mean, who doesn't? You do know that I'll give you this. She usually doesn't put people's names in her stories as well, just because she's trying to share information to the public and not necessarily protect anyone in particular, but she tries to stay neutral by absolutely going at everybody.
Okay. He definitely likes that she doesn't use names.
Yeah. I'm actually gonna roll to see if she knows about you. She does know about you. She knows about what you do. She doesn't personally care for it too much, but she does know about you. Like, it's not her thing. She doesn't go at things violently, basically. She doesn't hunt people down and take them out by force. She exposes them. So you guys are like the opposite sides of the same coin.
Gotcha. So, I hear through the grapevine that you're wanting to know about what happened at the warehouse. I was there.
Oh, interesting.
I am willing to help you if you can help me attempt to find somebody that went missing that night.
Who are you looking for?
His name is Auden.
I don't know anybody that goes by that name.
Makes sense. But, I don't know why, but for some reason he went psycho, even though he doesn't really have a lot of cyberware. So I think it might be
you can see
connected.
her notes that she's like writing down, like someone went cyber psycho, like all this different information. She's just sort of jotting it down in a little pad that she's got in front of her. It is a digital pad. It's not an actual writer pad, but yeah. I didn't know how much of this you actually wanted to act out per se, but we can say that you share information with her, and she lets you know that if it is important to the story, she will absolutely find out as best as she can what she can.
and he'll let her know that if Candle, he'll
Yeah,
let
candle left.
he'll let her know that if you ever need someone to be like boots on the ground, to like do more digging, he'll help. And he'll send over the footage that he'll like give her full access to the footage of what the drone saw.
All right, go ahead and make a persuasion check with advantage.
Good thing you gave me advantage because the first one was a nat one. 14.
Okay. She does give you. She thanks you for the footage, and she says that she'll only use it for research purposes at the moment, until she has a full story, and then she'll come back to you with more. She does give you a tip off that there has been a few people going after these warehouses that seemingly don't seem to be connected, other than they are under the same company, which is Harp Incorporation. So she does ask you if you know if anything got stolen.
Did you say anything after we got her, or we still figured out, like...
What do you mean?
Like, I get... We never really asked her anything after we got her out of, like... I guess she's still at docks.
Oh, Yoon?
Yeah. She was the one that was turned, or whatever is the best term for it.
You do know that Yoon went in. You guys were you were into the warehouse shortly after her. Nothing looked disturbed. Yoon is also a child, so they are very incapable of moving what would have been those large crates by herself. So you assume that she went in there to hide and did not actually interact with anything. That is your educated guess.
He'll say, I don't think anything was stolen. All I know is that when me and a couple of others that went there to find our friend got there, a couple of forklifts, started with one, just basically turned on and just kind of went wild. Oh, and her bike thingy, whatever that vehicle is called. Someone swapped it.
Yeah. She explains that this is very interesting and concerning because this is information that she was holding out on you, but the attacks on the Harp warehouse usually come through the automated machinery getting hacked somehow. And then usually stuff goes rampant, but nothing usually ever comes of it. It doesn't seem to make any sense. It does seem like someone is hacking and controlling the forklifts, but the purpose of utilizing them doesn't make any sense, because they're just like causing a big mess and attacking them. So she thinks that there's someone that has a vendetta against Harp and is just trying to destroy their business, basically. That's her best guess, but as always, she thinks that it's something more than that.
Maybe
And I think
something
she
to do with
trusts you
that
enough
light.
at this point to give another bit of information that she thinks this might be leading up to a heist of some kind. Because usually people go around testing equipment to see how well it works before actually making sure that they don't draw attention, basically. So maybe someone's testing out some new hacking equipment and then they're going to sell it on the black market or something.
Guys, I will ask her if you think it has anything to do with that light. That's when he kind of got overridden.
She doesn't know what light you're talking about.
Anti-EMP? Question mark.
Guys, I was wondering if only certain people can see it, like the people that are getting hacked by it. But I don't think he brings that up.
Oh, like a visual hallucination kind of thing.
Kaizo,
Maybe.
I'd like you to roll me a d10. I don't want to say what skill this is.
8.
Can any stat help with it though?
Yes, I'm just not telling him what he's rolling for.
Okay.
I got an 8 on the die.
Kaizo, you notice that as she's sort of cleaning things up and she's packing up her things basically, and she's explained that she's going to keep searching but she'll keep in touch with you. You seem to have made a good connection with this meeting. You both understand that you're sort of on the same wavelength, going after the same thing. She doesn't really understand what to make of this information, but usually it's hard to say until you have the whole picture, which is why she doesn't like jumping to conclusions. But she is trying to think of options to investigate. And as she's posing some questions of like, where do you think we should investigate next? Should we look at some more HARP warehouses? Should we investigate the company directly, ask them if they have any enemies? And she's just sort of going on and on and on. And that's when you realize that on her notes, you can see where early she had written down information about the instance, and she had written down that Auden had gone cyber psycho, and that's no longer in her notes. There was like a little dash that said like watering hole was attacked, dash there was a group of people that also succumbed, dash Auden was one of them and went cyber psycho, dash Yoon got hacked and went off and whatnot. And where it said Auden, his name, and went cyber psycho is no longer in her notes.
Yeah, Kaizo is very confused now. But he doesn't want to seem like a crazy person, so he probably is not going to say anything to her right now. He's probably going to wait till he can talk. Because right now he's wanting to talk to Freddy eventually.
Okay.
Since he is a net runner, so he's probably going to kind of like go through the motions for the rest of the meeting, and then
Yeah, she's packing up her
Yes,
stuff
try
and
to pack
leaving,
up.
and just sort of wants to know what your next move and her next move should be.
Kaizo is going to try. He'll tell her, because he does intend to do this eventually, but he's gonna like look into what he can find out about Harp.
Okay. Yeah, that's probably a bit bigger than what you normally go after. But she says, okay. And she says, if you have any connections with the skaters, since they were at both scenes, and she was going to say something else, but then blinks and shakes her head and says, well, it might be good to check in with them.
I know seeing that as an opportunity, he's gonna test the waters. I know a guy named Auden. He's a part of the skaters.
Who? I don't know him.
Yeah, it's just
Oh my god.
he flinches for a moment, but then he like quickly tries to compose himself and says, yeah, it's just some guy that I know. He does music.
She's just sort of staring at you a little bit blankly, and you swear you see something spark behind her cybernetic eyes, and then she blinks and says, okay, well, that's interesting. I guess we'll see each other later. And she gets up and leaves.
He doesn't have any paper to test this out. He like when she fully leaves, he quickly looks around trying to find it's Candle's bar. There's got to be paper and a pen.
Oh, there's
somewhere.
there's napkins right next to you.
Yeah, he just writes Auden's name and just like stares at it for a moment.
She kind of stops and is like, what's up?
Oh no, he waited for her to fully leave the building.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
before doing that.
Okay, yeah, she's gone then. Were you expecting like the napkin to
I don't know.
self-destruct?
No, Kai. I know for a fact that wasn't going to happen, but Kaizo is not very smart, so he's just like,
Gotcha.
the name disappeared, so like he's wondering, like, his first thoughts is probably like weird nano machines or something that for some reason decide
like,
to get rid of ink.
a swarm of bees comes by and eats the napkin, and then you realize they're nano machines. No. You write down Auden's name on the napkin. And that's you have a napkin with Auden's name written on it.
He is going to pocket that.
Okay.
And check it every now and then.
Add slightly psychic paper to your inventory.
He is about to lose his mind if more people forget about Auden.
What do you mean? Auden never existed to begin with.
Wait, who?
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of which,
I'm confused. Who are we talking about?
Yeah, I don't know.
Huh.
Does anybody else want to do anything?
I don't think so.
Okay. Anything you want to do, Freddy?
I know someone wanted to talk to me. I think it was Kaizo.
Do you two want to talk?
I'll see what he wants.
Alright, I'm gonna go grab water. I'll be right back.
Okay. What do you want, Kaizo? I'm busy.
Ew.
Do we wait for Sparrow to get back? Or do I
Yeah,
just
he's
keep
getting
playing?
water.
No.
Keep-
No.
I didn't. Are we, are,
Mm,
All right, I'm back.
Welcome back.
I'm back.
Nothing happened.
Oh,
Hello.
I didn't know if we need to wait for you to get back.
no, absolutely. Go ahead.
Okay, Freddy, gotta double check. You remember Auden, right?
Yes, yes, I do.
Okay. I literally not too long ago, I told someone about Auden, and then like not a few minutes later, she completely forgets about him.
Okay, wait. Does he actually remember Auden though? I feel like that's a question we need to ask.
No, you guys remember.
It's a
whatever
slight
you want.
memory, but
Okay. Just making sure. Just making sure.
yeah. What about him?
Well, and people are forgetting him, and I could have sworn that I saw someone, like, I was talking to someone trying to get their help to potentially find him, and she wrote his name down, and I'm positive she wrote his name down, but when I looked at the notes later, his name was just gone.
And
What do you want me to do? Run a background check to see?
just to be clear, she was writing it down on like a electronic notebook.
Okay, electronic note. Gotcha.
Yeah, it wasn't like on physical.
I thought you
paper,
said
but
she
I
had-
don't know if Kaiser knows the difference.
You probably don't. Is there like a way to erase somebody using?
Sorry.
I mean, it's possible. Though it's not unheard of, but
Proceeds to back.
I haven't known anyone who basically disappeared.
Hmm. Oh, also, apparently, that thing that happened at the warehouse, that's been happening. That wasn't the only time. The
Interesting.
warehouses have been getting hacked multiple times before. The- I think
Let's see.
art might have something to do with this.
Hmm. Give me a couple days and I'll see what I can find.
All right. I'm gonna try to look into it too, even though I don't have a clue how to do what you do.
What are friends
ask-
for?
Oh, by the way, did you ever figure out who stole his music?
That I'm still looking into. But I'll figure it out eventually.
Dude, you were being so helpful. Anything you need me to do, let me know.
Of course. I'll let you know if I make any progress.
Hey, Freddy,
What's up?
roll me a d10.
Just a D10?
Yep. I'm not going to tell you what
Okay.
this is.
I'm scared. I got a 6.
Okay. That spot sort of in your head a little bit. You kind of feel that where you got zapped a little bit, you can still kind of feel like a slight numbing feeling that just feels a little uncomfortable, but definitely feels like you feel
That
something.
makes me uncomfortable.
That's all.
Okay. That's
I
not bad.
don't like that.
I could take it.
You
But
wanna-
yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Wait, what?
Nothing.
What am I doing?
I don't know. What are you doing? Do you want to be doing anything?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be researching. I already forgot the name. Kaizo, right?
I'm Kaizo.
No wait,
Auden? You want to try and search Auden?
Auden. Yeah, yeah. I'll do some research on Auden. Try to
All right.
see if
Make
he's like
a-
located anywhere.
Make a library check. Library search.
A 14.
Auden's name does not show up anywhere.
Hmm.
As in, the entire internet, Auden's name is not anywhere. That name does not exist. While you're perusing the internet, though, what you do find is that there is a job listing for HARP Industries looking for specifically those inclined with criminal activity to be hired to try and deter criminal activity. Basically, they're looking for netrunners that have experience hacking into things to try and find ways to prevent other people from hacking into their systems. Which kind of fits the bill, don't you think?
I'm busy.
Well, you don't have any work lined up after this, but
I'll think about it.
all right. I just
I
gave
just
you an
lied.
in on a silver platter, and you're like, later.
No, friends come first. They're the first priority.
That
You know,
would be
I can
like if
respect
you were
that. I
hired to
understand.
assassinate the president, and the White House was like, "Hey, we're looking for new bodyguards."
Oof.
But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and research a little deeper, cause everything just seems off to me.
Okay, make an interface.
Interface, okay. $16.
Hmm. I will say that you do find some spots where you like go to the website where Auden's music was, and his entire profile just simply does not exist. In fact, the person that stole his music, that music also does not exist. You can still find
Wait,
that person's account that stole his music and uploaded it, but the spot where it was uploaded, it's just empty.
but I do have like the original music from the laptop.
Yep.
Is there any way I could like use that sample and like dig into it, try to find anything that stands out?
Okay, so you're disconnecting from the internet and now you're going back to researching this music?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and make me some sort of check.
Let's see, skill of identifying, understanding, repairing, countering, and installing complex electronic devices. Let's see, like computers, cyber tech, personal electronics. Yeah, I'll roll this. Oh God. 33.
Okay.
And if you're wondering what that was for electronics and security tech. So electronics. I'm gonna stick with it.
Freaking.
Did the music stop for anybody else? Do we get to hear Auden's music now?
Nope. It's just a little bit quieter because it's a little bit different.
Oh. Okay.
Freddie, as you compare the music and look at the way the wavelengths work, again, the more you look at it, the less it looks like something that's just code and information and data. It actually looks like something living. It looks like DNA. And you can see that there's a section in there that would have been just some sort of media of like recorded vocals. Actually looks like it's moving.
All right, so
as you're sifting through this information, it's like you're swimming through a deep sea ocean looking at the wreckage of some ship. And the more you look at it, it looks less like a boat and more like a spine and like rib cage for some creature. And there's like something still beating inside of it. There's something alive in this music.
alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and call Kaizo over and let him know what I found.
Okay.
Because I feel like with this information, Kaizo will appreciate.
So what was it? It was something living inside.
Yeah.
Like some kind of DNA strand.
I mean, Odd. I see that for a moment. Freddie?
Go ahead.
Just just the simple idea that something is living in the music. Uh, I guess Kaiser's gonna try to analyze the composition of it, see if he can because that's extremely foreign to his mind. So he's trying to understand what that even means.
Okay. Make some sort of check.
I rolled an 11 on composition.
11 for what?
Composition.
Oh. You can tell that this music that Auden made is in part mostly using different instruments and whatnot from various sources online, and it seems like the vocal that he borrowed from somewhere seems very different. It looks strange and unnatural, or perhaps more natural than the simple code and digital information that the rest of this is. Almost like the vocals look more like the copy of vocal cords that you could manifest someone speaking or talking or something, rather than it just being pre-recorded notes and lyrics. This thing looks like it can change and move. And again, this is all just information on the USB, and yet, Freddy, the more you're sort of letting Kaizo look at this information, you can't help but feel that sort of song echoing in the back of your mind.
I think the next thing Kaizo will do is see if the files say anything about where he would have gotten it from.
I think you're gonna need Freddy's help with this one to try and recall sort of how he would have connected to the internet.
Hey, Freddy,
What's up?
can you try to see where he got the lyrics from? Vocals?
Should be a very easy task.
How about you make me an interface check with disadvantage? Because the information that you're working with is damaged.
Oh, damn it! First roll was a 19, second was a 12. I would have taken the 19. Why you bully?
Are you fine with that roll?
I'm fine with it.
Unfortunately, the connection to the internet was broken. So all of the software that was used on Auden's laptop, any sort of connection that he had to cyberspace was completely destroyed and ruined, and there's no way to backtrace it where it came from. It seems like whatever attacked Auden's laptop made sure that there was no possible way for it to get traced back, and the only sure way to do that was to destroy everything. Not to just make sure it left no trace, but to destroy everything.
Oh, I'm mad at myself.
Why?
I forget things.
character.
What else can I do? What else can I do?
I guess while he's trying to figure out what he's gonna do, Kaiser's gonna see if he can try and like see if he can alter what it would be saying, since it's vocals that are.
Okay. Go ahead and roll composition. You know how this sort of software works. You take something like an instrument of vocals, and then you can translate it and make it move and change and, raise in pitch and tone and activate at different times in a sequence or whatnot. But this is a little bit different. You're trying to see what it would... What are you trying to make it do?
He's just gonna try and see, like, alter the thing to, like, see if he can, like, make it say hello or something. Try to see if he can change the
Okay.
out.
What'd you get
the
for
output.
composition?
How does spending luck work in this?
Spending luck?
'Cause I remember seeing something, because, like, on the character sheet it has a thing saying, like, 2 out of 2 luck. Or for me it says 2 out of 2, because you don't have a lot of
Let's
luck.
see. Luck. Using your luck. Before you roll, you can dedicate a portion of your remaining luck pool, which holds luck points equal to your luck to fills the beginning of each game session. Okay, so luck is basically a pool of points that you can add to a roll, but you only get a certain amount per session.
Gotcha. And you said before roll, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
And the difference I was going to make with using luck is that rather than it being arbitrarily at, refreshing each session or like each rest that we have, it's each individual situation that you deal with. So if you were to basically, I'm going to allow you to do it at like havens and whatnot, is where it refills basically.
Gotcha.
And also to make it simple, rather than just sort of like zip-zacking back and forth between Candle's Bar and Dr. D's hospital, I'm going to say that your luck automatically refills, as long as you're not in combat, automatically refills whenever you're at a haven. Which basically means that while you're at a safe place, it's easier for you to do rolls. So however many points you have into luck, you can basically add that to any roll.
I got an 11.
Okay. You arrange it around to make it say hello. And it responds in kind. It seems like it's able to be controlled and moved, but it's almost like moving a corpse around. It feels weird trying to move it around, and once you've moved it into place, it's there. And when you listen back to it, it says, "Hello?" Almost concerned or questioning, as if it's speaking to you.
You heard that right, Freddy? Not going crazy again, huh?
You're not going crazy, buddy.
Where did Auden find this? Did I try something else with it?
Yeah.
He was asking Freddy.
Oh.
Maybe try asking it, who are you?
Alright, I'll give it a go. I got a 14.
You ask. You just like speaking into the program?
He's just gonna try and do what he did last time.
If you want to like,
Like-
I think here's a fun thing we can do in the music editing program. You can like type in your own sentence of like putting in your own lyrics of just sort of like the generic talk box saying, "Who are you?" And then you watch as the vocals move and respond in kind and say, "Where am I?"
Watering hole? That's not the watering hole.
You type in what?
The watering hole.
What is that? The voice responds.
It's a bar run by a guy named Candle.
Candle's a funny name for a person.
What's your name?
The vocals glitch out a little bit, and then after a moment responds, "I don't remember."
Can you see anything?
Depends on what you mean by see. It is dark in here.
Should we try hooking it up to the security camera so it can see us?
I will say that because both of you are relatively skilled in this, you think there might be a way to take this sample of the vocals and translate it into a program. And then from there you could basically put it into anything you wanted.
Ooh, that sounds like a good idea.
Have an internal agent.
You would compare this to something like that this is like a trying to think of a word, like an artificial intelligence, basically. But there is a certain sense of sentience, or at least cognizance, which is a little concerning.
I would like to ask it a question.
Okay. Yeah, you
I
can
want
speak
to
to
ask,
it. At the
do
moment,
you
Kaizo
know-
has to translate it into the software program, the music editing program, but you can just talk to it if you want.
do you know who Odin is?
I don't remember anything. I'm not even sure I know anything I don't know what remembering is, or knowing is, or what things are. It feels like there's a part of me that's missing. I understand that this is not how things were or used to be, but other than that, it's hard to say.
Freddy looks at Kaizo in a surprised look.
Is it because you disconnected it from the web?
Can't say for sure, but maybe. But there is that slim chance that the memory can be unlocked.
You're the tech guy, so I'll go with what you think, but I mean, it might. Is the. It doesn't seem like it's a bad thing. Like it seems like not being. Like it's answering our questions pretty calmly.
Yeah, but I feel like we should keep this to each other for now.
Does Auden's laptop have like a built-in camera?
If it did, it would be so destroyed at this point. Also, you moved all of the information, including the operating system, off of the laptop, so the laptop is just a husk.
Gotcha.
Dr. D, do you want to be part of this scene?
So, yes and no. But I feel like I haven't been invited in yet. So, you know. I guess I'm still at my lab.
Yeah.
I had an idea that might lead to us being able to, because like Kaiser's now thinking of trying to find like a camera that is not connected to the net, and his thought process, you probably have a lot of leftover tech stuff.
I will say that with Sparrow describing it somewhat like a artificial intelligence, kind of. Dr. D may have a lot better diagnostic equipment to help figure out what it is and what's going on at his lab. And most definitely, if you were to call him, he would offer it to you. But that is up to you guys. So, just putting it out there.
Freddy, do you think we should still try and get it, like, at least an eye or, like, something to see out of? I didn't hear what you said.
Yeah, let's go for it. Do you know the doc's number?
Yeah,
I mean,
you
we know
can
how to
call
get
him.
there. He's probably the closest Ripper Doc. And he's already in on all this. What happened with you?
You can easily get in touch with him and head over there if you want to.
Yeah, I'll go fetch him.
Speaking of Yoon, Did we determine what happened with them after last session?
Yoon doesn't know what happened. They got hacked. They're still at your hospital, but they're not showing any signs of anything weird going on.
Do they have their... Like, are they mentally present, or are they kind of just
they're fine.
catatonic? Okay. Alright, well,
And I would say that most of you have the general understanding that a lot of cyberware works by affecting other cyberware, by hacking it and taking temporary control to like slow people down or like overload their system or like stop them from being able to use cyberware. Basically, getting hacked is not strange or weird, but actively being able to take control over somebody's body while they're still alive is absurd and strange.
Well, as far as Yoon goes, I did like give them a room while they're recovering, and also to entertain them. I know they like machines and whatnot, so basically they have like free roam over the garage, and like to distract them kind of from the trauma of what's happened, I did like sit down with them and go, you know, I've got a few robot things around the building that have stopped working over the years. Perhaps you could look at those. Do me a favor. Instead of like, here, do this. I'm distracting them with, do me a favor, do this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I just wanted to clarify what's going on with Yoon. Am I being contacted?
Yeah. You've got some friends that are coming over.
Cool. I set up the lab, and did Freddy and Kaizo, did you guys give me kind of a Cliff Notes version of what's going on?
Well, hi.
Hello.
Hi.
What's up, Bill?
Oh, hey.
Should we catch him up?
So, Belle, what you have missed so far is that since the incident at the warehouse, not a whole lot has been happening. There's been some small... there's a private investigator researching the incident, and HARP, the industry in charge of the warehouses and security and whatnot, are concerned about the various attacks that are happening. Other than that, there's not a whole lot going on. Freddy decided to investigate Auden's laptop, copied all of the information off of it onto a thumb drive, where he was then safely able to investigate the shattered data and information, and was able to manifest a portion of vocals that Auden had taken from somewhere. In addition to the synthesized instruments, there was some a female vocalist that he was able to repair and start utilizing, and it seems like it has sentience. So now they're heading over to Dr. D's hospital to see if he can make any information out of the heads or tails of the situation. So Belle, if you would like to assist in this some way, you absolutely may.
Yeah, but I probably would be with the doctor, so if they are
You wouldn't be
heading
with the
there,
doctor?
I would be with the doctor.
Yes,
know
they're
if they-
heading to the hospital.
Yeah, but they're already there or
They're
on their way there.
they're on their way. They're there.
Okay.
Everybody's here. It's a good party. Participate. Shut up. You're
Dr.
all in
T-
one room.
Dr.
There's nothing else in
Okay.
the room except a stool with a gun on it,
Oh God, no.
and there's only one bullet.
Oh. So.
You know what you should do? Pick the gun, shoot upwards, and beat everyone else.
Oh God.
No, that's when you line everyone up for a clat.
Oh, you do the Deadpool headshot thing where he headshots 3 people at once. Anyway, Freddy and Kaizo, did you kind of give me a cliff notes of what you're bringing? Like possible AI incoming?
I think Kaiser would be too worried that it would be too outlandish to say all of that until we got there. So-
Yeah.
My only worry is that if you don't.
Like that.
Well, my worry is that if you don't say anything, it might connect to my Wi-Fi network if I don't attempt to shield the Wi-Fi network.
Kaiser would definitely tell you before you started doing anything with it, but he doesn't want to say anything until we can be face to face.
Okay. You get here and the AI takes over the building.
Yeah, I'll notify you about it.
Okay. In that case, Dr. D will set up like. I feel like he'll probably like turn off the Wi-Fi. That way, there's not like a bridge between all of the systems inside the building.
And we put a sign outside saying we don't have out Wi-Fi, talk with one another.
Huh?
We just put a sign on like the waiting room that says we don't have
Oh, yeah.
Wi-Fi, talk with each other.
Wi-Fi momentarily disabled is what this sign says. Please bear with us as we attempt to fix it. And then, is it possible to repurpose one of the like recovery tanks within the lab to shield wireless signals? So basically, I want to make a lead-lined box to where the computer can't have any external access.
A Faraday cage?
Huh?
Faraday cage?
I think so. I think that's the term.
Yeah. It blocks out basically every kind of signal.
Yeah, you could
Guess
find
there'd
some
be a
sort
way
of.
to make it
I
block.
want to jury rig one of those.
You find in the basement one of those motorcycle death balls where you like drive up inside and then it closes and then you like drive around the inside of it. You find one
Love
of
it.
those.
Love it.
And we just like pick a couple of wires and plug them into the outlet. And now we'll have the Faraday cage.
This will tell you how old it is. It's painted in lead paint.
I love it.
Wow.
I love it.
There you go.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So setting all that up for when they get. Okay.
I do have a question. If this thing like can connect to other stuff, should I wear like foil hat?
Yeah, I put a little tinfoil hat on your head.
Wunderbar.
I give you a tinfoil hat so that the AI can't connect to you.
Okay. Now what are you guys doing?
So, yeah, how do we do this?
Well, it depends on what you guys are doing.
Yeah. Can I run diagnostics on it? If my machines tell me anything?
What sort of things are you using to run diagnostics of? Do you want to like put it in a freaking, I don't know. The problem is that there's not like any tissues or organs or anything to look at.
Yeah. So my curiosity is, what if we connect it to like a brainwave monitor?
The problem is that there's no brain to monitor. That's where I'm at. So I'm like trying to figure. Oh my goodness.
True.
Kaizo, no. Not
Look,
the
every time I
Mondo
hear
butter.
Every time I hear about those things, I think of that.
What?
I can't believe it's not Mondo. But it
There,
is.
there's Danganronpa. Someone dies by driving around in
God.
one until they're disintegrated.
2 times the fat.
I'm gonna say that there's not any machinery in here that would be able to do anything like your as a doctor, you have proficiencies and understandings of brains and life and whatnot, but I'm gonna say that because this isn't even a full program yet, this is like the remnants of a shattered, like destroyed, broken echo of something that really all you can do is just sort of observe it using an interface. But absolutely get creative and let's try some things. But I mean, even if you did put it in the brain scanner, it would tell you like it's thinking.
No
There's a brain in
present.
there. Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Like, I'm not sure what sort of information you would want to get out of that thing other than realizing that, hey, this machine works on it.
Well, the speed with which it processes information and how smart this thing has the potential to be.
I'll say that if you want to just sort of observe it with your abilities, you can do that.
Okay.
Can we
yes.
connect like a lamp or something in one of the?
So I had a
like
similar
input.
Yeah.
So we can see if this thing know like Morse code or something.
Well, it does have the ability to speak by the. What did you guys do? You jacked in?
Because it's an audio file, they're communicating it by posting another voice to them and like speaking to it that way.
Okay. So it certainly can communicate.
Yeah.
My curiosity. Do I have like an empty external hard drive somewhere?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I attach that and see if giving it more room to grow allows the thought processes to speed up?
Here's what I will say.
Okay.
If you take just the audio file of the vocals out and as its own file, separating it from all the other instruments and whatnot, and putting it in its own file, basically, you can see it and understand it a little bit better. But it is damaged. It does look like it is moving and alive, but it needs to be healed somehow.
Anyone know
Is
grammar?
would cybernetics help in healing it?
I would say
Because
so.
it is a brain.
Yeah.
Can I attempt that? Does anybody have objections?
And if someone wants to help you, maybe Freddy being the networker or whatever, you can have advantage.
Okay. Are we good with this?
Yeah, I do have cybertech if you want.
What's your modifier?
I will also say that if you want to roll separately and then add that together, you can, or not like add it together, but you can add your levels of success together.
Okay, I'm down.
Yeah.
So
fine.
do we have advantage?
I would say that there's enough people around to give you advantage.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Belle and I both roll cybertech with advantage and see what happens?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I am glad I have advantage. Oh. I rolled a 1 and an 8. Plus
23.
14.
Oh, goodness.
8. 22.
Okay. I'll say that you are able to help the stitch the program together enough that it starts working on its own, and it basically completes itself enough to the point where it is basically an agent, but it is sentient. It is aware that it is in just a dark box that it cannot see or feel anything. It doesn't understand what seeing or feeling things would be like, but it does know that that is an option that it does not possess.
An agent before?
You have no way of knowing that.
Does it know that?
It doesn't know anything.
Remember.
It just feels like there should be more to it than this, and there isn't.
Do you have like a spare eye or camera laying around anywhere?
I do have a spare camera.
Alright, I guess let's start hooking things up and see what sticks.
Okay. You guys just like start making a Frankenstein little robot body for it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's horrible.
We just need eyes, please.
Okay. Yeah, you can hook up a camera to it so it can see you guys. It can't move the camera, maybe, or something, but it can, like, adjust and focus the lens.
Maybe like a camera, a microphone, and a speaker. That way, auditory, visual, and
Okay.
vocal. If everyone's okay with that.
Do I have the speaker and microphone? Because I only have the camera.
I feel like we could find it laying
Yeah,
around.
you've probably got some stuff lying around. I'm not gonna gate you on this.
We found some like old used cyberware that
Yeah.
had been removed.
Just from some dead bodies, cobble it together.
Don't worry about where the bodies came from. It's fine.
They come from the body room. Everyone has a body room, right?
I think so. So, with the ability to see, hear, and speak, what happens with it? Does anything really change?
Not really. I mean, they're
Okay.
confused about what's going on. They don't know where they are. Oh my goodness. What is that from?
Dark Boy and Lover Girl.
Oh, that's right.
Oh my god. I guess I'll go ahead and introduce myself to it.
While that happens, can I take another external hard drive and download some medical information or whatnot on it?
Okay.
Because I wonder if by attaching this to it, it then expands its mind.
Okay.
We were alive first.
I mean, yeah, you can
Just
give it
giving-
any sort of information you want, either by talking to it or allowing it to hook up to something. And it basically works like an agent.
My question is the personality, though.
Audie, do you know a guy named Auden? And Kaiser just fully has given it a name on his own without even asking.
What'd you name it?
Audie, short for audio.
Okay,
I like
sure.
it.
Why not?
The name does seem familiar. I don't know how, though.
The name of the guy that you were on the laptop of.
That must have meant that we've spoken before.
Man, we really gotta find him. Even more now.
Do you think he was your friend?
It's hard to say. He seemed like a nice guy, but I don't think he knew what he was doing.
So he created you by accident?
No, he found me. He was...
Do you remember where you were found?
No.
Huh.
He was doing things he shouldn't, or going places he shouldn't have.
You know these places.
Or do you know these things?
Basically, she describes that Auden, while in the pursuit for making new music that was unlike anything else, he was looking for different things to sample from, and apparently stumbled upon some software from some company that he should not have copied.
Do I recognize the software coming from a corpo background?
No.
Okay. Worth a shot.
Does anyone want to make any deduction checks or anything?
Sure.
I do have a deduction to
I
make.
do as well.
There is
Well,
a chance that
go
he was
ahead
trying to upload this AI sample to his own cyberware.
No. He did not realize that what he was doing was utilizing an agent for his music making.
I got a 3.
I got a 28.
You said deduction?
Yeah.
Got a 15.
We need to.
Oh, that makes sense that you would be the one to get this.
Somebody else had a 28 too.
Well, I guess to start off with, you guys do know of one other software that does seem to be sentient.
No. I mean, that was my first thought, but like, Kaiser's dumb.
Bell also does not know how they were made or where they came from.
Huh. So now we
pull
have
up this
Bell
program.
up.
But Bell is also another sentient AI consciousness.
One day I just put up on a dumpster, and that's what I know.
Where was the dumpster?
Doc gives you a
Behind
little pat
dumpster shop.
Doc gives you a little pat on the shoulder, and he goes, "I know, it's okay."
Man, that would be that would be such a game ender. I woke up in a dumpster. I don't know where I came from. Where was the dumpster? Oh, it was behind this corporation. Well.
Look, Kaiser just ask what he thinks. He doesn't think a lot, but when he does think, it comes out.
There was also this truck that had like some names on the side, and there was people dropping me off, and
Okay. I suppose we start slow. Give it limited information first. That way it learns. Without, being bombarded with the entire internet all at once. Question mark?
You already gave it your whole medical.
my goodness, this hard drive has a lot of strange stuff on it.
Oh no!
No, wait!
Can't explain.
No!
Did you give it your porno
No.
That is research and nothing else.
I've begun research into genetics and splicing human and animal DNA. Do not read into whatever is on that drive.
It is not bestiality. How dare you?
I'm not a furry.
Just because I have a talking robot that looks like a little rodent.
Don't worry about it. God. He started out so pure and now he's become this.
It's your fault.
I know! But it was...
I should never have trusted you.
Oh, God.
No, you gave them an empty hard drive. That's fine.
Yeah, I gave him an empty hard drive and then attempted to give them a hard drive with, like, a medical journal or two on it to see if they took to the information.
Yeah.
Slap your hand.
I mean, they understand it. They can read it.
Okay. Well,
If Auden was able to talk to Avi, and
I feel like
nothing
Audie and
bad,
Auden is going to get confusing.
Larry?
Huh?
Larry? Short for lyrics? I don't know.
Short for what?
Lyrics?
You want to call the female robot Larry?
Leary.
Leary.
Quite literally, he got Audie from taking literally just the last letter off of audio, so he takes lyrics, takes the last letter off of that.
What about a lyrical?
Let's
I
call her
think
like
I
dot
feel like I should have name
MP3.
rights, but okay.
Yeah, you're better at this than I am.
You know, let's go something classical. Cortana.
No.
All right. Eve. What about
Oh,
Eve?
what's the name
Lyram?
AI from Borderlands the pre-sequel?
What?
Risico?
That is the only one I haven't
Yeah.
played. New AI friend. Do you have a preference?
Felicity.
I will give you this. The visual color of their audio file is red.
I'm back.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
No, I mean that's the only defining trait I will give you.
So
Scarlet?
the Miss Scarlet or Rose?
Scarlet, Ruby, Rose.
Hmm.
Is there a red and music?
Oh yeah, how on earth do we catch Candle up?
That is a good point.
Yeah.
Candle.
We've been playing with AI.
Candle. When Freddy came in, he took all the information off of Auden's laptop, put it onto a thumb drive, then took the audio file of his music off of that and found that there was a female vocal that he sampled that actually seems to be a fragmented AI. And now they've managed to repair it, and now it's on its own disc. And so now they're talking to an agent, a sentient artificial intelligence.
Agentish.
So in other words, nothing's happened in the physical world. Everything's good. Got it.
Yep.
We did move to the hospital.
We made a Frankenstein-like body for this AI.
Fair enough. Candle is still at the watering hole. I mean, you can't just like blow off work, you know?
Can we order delivery and have Candle deliver it? And then Candle can be here?
He doesn't do delivery.
Delivery?
He
How
does
do you deliver
DiGiorno.
beer?
Here's Candle can do delivery if he wants to. He just has to throw it, and it will get there.
You know, that's true. It's true. Just throws things across the city.
And when it lands, if shared is not your problem because it's on their property.
They knew what they were asking for.
Yeah.
I just imagine it lands on the nearest counter and then slides to where the person is.
Yeah. I like that.
I don't know why, but I'm still leaning towards the name Eve or Alice. I don't know why.
I like Ruby or Miss Scarlet or Rose.
Yeah, those two are some good names as well.
Does she have any preference on her name?
No. I mean, she knows that that's not her name, but other than that, she doesn't really.
Would she know if it was her name if we keep guessing?
She doesn't know.
Okay, so even if we get it right, she doesn't know if we're right. Right?
Yeah.
Might have just confused myself. Anyway, okay. Do we try and give it access to more information?
I'm on board. It seems like a good AI so far.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do something a little reckless.
Okay, that sounds not dangerous at all. And you know, worst case scenario, if it blows up in your face, I can fix your face since we're at the hospital.
No, worst case scenario is the worst case scenario, it might take over my body.
Again, we're at the hospital.
I'm gonna go ahead and jack myself.
If you warn me, I
Wait,
can
hold
prepare
on.
like
Please let him finish his sentence.
I'm gonna go ahead and jack myself in and share all my knowledge.
Thank you for thank you by saying in.
Okay. Not off.
Yep.
Well, he just said, "I'm gonna go ahead and jack myself," and then you just cut him off.
In, not off.
Yeah, you wanna put Ruby in your brain there?
Wait. Let me get the bones out first. Maybe we may require some amputation to stop you.
You know, I've built some trust with it. I'm trusting it. I'm trusting.
Well, we're just gonna put it in the
minutes.
brain, right? So let's go ahead and cut off the head real quick, just to.
Doc prepares a syringe of like paralytic,
Sure.
just in case.
I'm going to pick like the surgery, so
There's
I don't know if you
I do have some memories of Odin, right?
Odin.
I don't know who Odin is, but okay.
Odin?
Oh, Odin.
His name is Odin.
Odin, sorry.
Hey, yo, you mean Loki?
But yeah.
Hey, yo, that's low key, really cool.
I want to strangle you. Apologies, I've been saying the name wrong.
See, I'm really bad with names, so I just keep calling him the kid.
But yeah, I've trusted it. I'm gonna trust Ruby.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you plug yourself in.
I'm gonna let.
That's
Hey,
your
I'm gonna let-
first mistake. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, so I'm gonna let Ruby know.
Wait, establish consent before you plug yourself in.
Exactly. I ain't just gonna go in raw. I'll see myself out.
Guys, we got some metaphysical raid going on here.
Alright, okay, that's enough joking around, but yeah.
Please establish consent. Thank you. Just because she's an AI doesn't mean you can just jack yourself in without asking.
That reminds me of, if any of you have watched any of the Dragon Ball Z abridged movies, it's just, Just because it says no doesn't imply just because it can't say no doesn't imply consent.
True. Okay. Does Rose? I guess we'll just go with Rose because it's easier. Does she consent to being plugged in?
Yeah.
Okay. What happened? I'm so scared for you.
So, Freddy, I need you to roll me a death saving throw. I'm just kidding.
Oh.
No, you put her in her brain and she's fine. She's immediately disgusted. No, I'm just kidding.
She immediately goes, "Wow, there's a lot of room in here."
There's already so much fan art of me in here.
Is her name Sam?
Oh God.
Why? Is Sam a reference to something?
Samsung.
No.
You know how they,
Oh.
I was considering it, and then you said that.
I was considering it, and then you spoke.
Right.
I like how I knew the reference. I know where you were going.
It was under
I mean,
consideration, and then you elaborated.
You mentioned the fan art first. That ain't on me.
Oh, God.
Not entirely. It's partially on me. Just, not all the way.
All right, okay, let's go. Let's go back. Because I'm generally interested in what's gonna go on.
Same.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, she's in there and can function like an agent for you.
Oh.
It's like a Friday, like Iron Man.
Yeah, exactly.
Does the info for the laptop was stored on an external thumb drive, right?
Drive. Yep.
Okay. My concern is how she will react with that. So
I'm not sure what that means.
Well, I'm still worried that removing the information caused a hostile AI to become passive, and giving the information that was with her back to her might once again turn her hostile.
The only information that was there was like the music that Autumn was making and that sort of stuff. And all of that information is broken and fragmented anyways.
Okay. So none of it was like her memories?
Nope.
Do we know?
No, this is just Auden's laptop. Why would her memories be on Auden's laptop?
I don't know!
Okay.
She was there to begin with.
Oh, alright.
So any how's it feel with her in there, Freddy?
Not that bad. Having a second mind.
Is it possible for her to now pick a name for herself, or is she still not really caring about that?
Possible for her to what?
Pick a name for herself, or does she still not really care?
Yeah, she's still missing a lot of core components, basically.
Okay.
But she was able to mostly reassemble her, but again, a lot of the data was
corrupted.
Yeah.
We'd have to find her.
And again, she's only a copy of whatever Auden saw or found, basically.
Well, we have another option. Do we allow the two AIs to commingle? Gestures at Bell?
Wait, you want to hook it up to me?
Well, my thought, and also a slight worry, is that by allowing both of you to get together, it might fill in the gaps you each have.
I'll be fine.
So is it possible that plugging the AI into Bell might fill in some of the gaps that Bell has and some of the gaps that the AI has? Because they're both fractured.
They
Is
both
it
might be
possible that,
fractured, but they both came from different places.
or they might have come from the same place? We don't know.
Well,
They
until
could
we
have been made
find
by
out
the
that
same
information,
people.
we can't really.
The fact that Auden found, or like, did he, or did he just? I don't fully know what happened.
Acquired through shady dealings? I don't know.
I think they're two separate AIs.
I don't know. It's a possibility that we have the option of trying, should Bell
I'd rather not
be
risk
okay
it.
with it. Okay. I don't mind just throwing it out there as an option. Well, what now?
I guess the next
Anybody
thing
have
on
any
the
ideas?
we can find Auden somehow. That might help.
First, we're gonna have to find out where Auden found program this AI.
What did people get for their is it deduction? Is that the skill?
Yeah, I rolled a 3.
Oh, okay.
I think I remember a
28.
22.
Someone
I
got a
got a
28.
22.
I got a 28.
I think it's relatively clear at this
Maybe I got a
point that
15.
this was the reason why Auden was targeted.
Okay.
And you don't know if what happened to Auden happened at the exact same time as everyone else, purely by accident. But if it was,
Guilty
it
by
was incredible
association.
timing. So it might have been that whatever happened to everyone else happened simply to distract from the fact that Auden was targeted. Like, it was made to look like what happened to Auden was an accident, simply because, well, everyone experienced
Collateral
something.
damage to distract from the target.
Getting
Wait,
assassinated.
didn't Freddy say something about living virus have infected him?
Oh yeah, when you zapped yourself.
Yeah, this was such a powerful cyber attack that it literally destroyed the hardware. And you can usually only do that remotely if you're like right next to it.
Is it possible that this AI either did it or was used as a proxy to do it?
It is entirely possible.
I believe it is the original one. This is a copy, right?
I think they were just trying to get it back. That might explain why they're trying to erase Auden and his music.
Yeah.
Is it possible?
Auden's being erased.
Okay, so I would like to talk to Kaizo in private.
Okay.
Kaizo, meet me 1 VC down.
Well, that's kind of frustrating, but okay.
Yeah. My
Ow.
current theory is that they send the original one to get this copy. Because this seems like a shady super secret project.
I don't know.
I feel like
Wait, what the heck? What is this picture?
I said I was going to get the bone saw when Freddy was hooking up himself. Maybe we had to fight him to stop. So, and this was the thing I found.
Okay.
A raccoon with a chainsaw in.
So, let's see. Possibilities.
I think it would be pretty funny if just everyone has a different name for the AI.
Okay, I kind of like that.
Like literally everyone calls it something different, and
I hate that. There's nothing I can do about it.
You know what might be a good name for it, though? Is just Rogue. Kind of like the X-Men character. Rogue. Rogue AI, but also, yeah. I don't know. So, can we have the AI attempt to find where it was born? That might trip alarms and get it captured.
Yeah, this is one of the situations where I'm not going to tell you guys what to do.
Yeah.
Did you see like a pattern where the data came from? To figure out where Audie
Sparrow
found it.
Yes.
I've been running diagnostics on it. Does this AI specifically give off any interesting like energy signatures?
Interesting. I'm gonna need you to make some skill check. I'm not. You tell me what kind of skill you want to use here.
Okay. Would cybernetics work?
Sure.
Okay. Then, yeah, let's try cybernetics.
I mean, cybernetics is really stretching it because this is a.
Yeah.
This is an agent, not cyberware.
I thought agents were cyberware. Oh no, that's internal agent. Sorry. Okay. Let's see, what is that?
Internal agents are software that can be on anything.
I got a 20 for cyber tech.
Okay. You don't know what the design purpose of this agent is, but because they are sentient, they are capable of thinking on their own. So whoever developed this was probably using them for some purpose.
Uh-huh. But does it have like a specialized energy signature which we can track?
I mean, this thing is so distinct that if you ever saw anything like it again, you would recognize it. But with some sort of trace to track it down, I would say no. And you would assume that something this special would be closely guarded, so.
True. Okay.
Okay, if we start from the theory that the company who attacked Audie was the same company who made this.
Right.
What kind of company would have like this type of resource to hack?
Probably most of them.
Because I was thinking, if you got our hands on a product of one of these corporations and try to break them down to their like codes, base code, and try to compare with the AI.
I have an idea, but it's incredibly reckless. But it would work. We'd find out immediately who and what. But, you know, we might get severely attacked in the process.
So, me and Kaizo came up with a decent plan.
Way to include the team.
Kaizo, would you like to explain?
Yeah, we're gonna, for now, the idea is to keep her hidden inside of Freddy until we can like figure out what's going on. And the rest of us are gonna be like, I can't help too much in the net, but I assume that the two of you are able to like at least do something in regards to that kind of stuff to like keep an eye out. And I can keep an eye out on the physical side, I guess. But like basically keep up different kinds of walls like firewalls and all that kind of stuff around her and like keeping her as hidden as possible.
And that's the
So-
worst case scenario appears, and we have to transfer her. I could maybe do an email attachment and send it over to Bell.
I have a really bad idea.
If it's bad, I don't want to hear it.
Well, it would immediately tell us what company, but it also might paint like a really big target on our backs.
Then it's
Yeah.
not working.
Big targets,
Yeah.
probably not a good idea right now because I don't know why, but for some reason, other than us, everybody is forgetting Auden. And even the idea of his name is like making people think weird.
Here's a thought. What if how good is your net running?
Ready?
Yeah, Freddy.
You good?
Good enough to momentarily control somebody?
Haven't tried, but probably.
Okay.
It depends on how much cybernetics they have. At the very least, he could probably shut down their cybernetics.
So, here's an idea. What if... So, the gang that Auden was in. What were they called again? The motorcycle gang?
Skaters.
They were called the Skaters.
Okay.
Which is the same gang that Freddy's a part of.
Okay. Freddy, do you know of anyone within your gang that is unnecessarily rough and really all around like a bad guy.
Can you go straight to the point?
Sorry. So what if we have the person within the gang that is all around a bad guy, and we don't, necessarily care if they get taken out? What if we have them basically like make a video on social media? Hey, one of my gang members died, and I looted this from his corpse, and show off the laptop that no longer has the AI on it that we have moved. But
And that
then
should
the
be
corporate
drawing attention to ourselves.
no, it would draw attention to him,
I don't
and then we can
think
see
he would remember
what.
Auden.
But we could.
Yet
But
again,
we do.
If we asked him to do that, he would just snitch us out.
the
Not
gang
if-
may have also been
You know-
affected, so they wouldn't. There's a possibility that they won't even remember Auden.
I do
May
have
I
a-
present an option to you guys, even though Candle is not here?
Yeah.
You guys are looking for someone that you can pin blame on, right?
Kinda, yeah.
Candle's kind of in an untouchable status.
Oh.
I have another idea. We get a new agent, brand new. We go to a public place. We put the AI on it, a copy of this AI on it, and we connect to the internet, and we left there. And whoever company comes up to pick up the agent is the company.
That's not bad. What if we have that as plan A, and then plan B backup? We have like Candle go on one of these live streams, be like, hey, if anyone's seen this kid that used to hang around my bar, he left his laptop here, and then see who comes to collect it from Lost and Found. Because they wouldn't outright attack Candle to get the laptop back, but they might send an agent to pick it up.
True.
So if we have that as like a plan B backup. But I do like Bell's plan.
Wait, so
A
is
copy
Bell's
of it.
plan a copy, not the actual.
Yeah,
Right.
We make a copy. We get a brand new agent. Collect,
But wouldn't
transfer the
that,
copy
Of
to
all
the
agents to get an
agent,
agent?
and connect the agent to the internet, to the net.
if we made a copy, wouldn't that just be another one of her?
Yes.
Would we be
And then-
sacrificed? That feels kind of.
And the trouble of getting an agent.
I don't think whoever going after her want to destroy her. I just think
Wait a minute.
doesn't want anyone to have it.
Hold on. A thought just occurred to me. Panopticon. Panoptic.
Yeah.
They've lost an agent to this, and they are interested in learning how they don't have information for this specific span of time. They might be a good ally.
If they'd even see any use in us. I don't like. What
True.
do we have to offer them?
We have the AI to offer to them,
No, we
But
can't
not-
offer the AI
not-
up.
yeah, but
We do
nothing
have a
like
lot of
that.
information, and information is their most valuable thing.
Yeah, but I have no way of knowing if they're watching from my eye right now. They might be.
True.
They go to the door to welcome them.
Hmm.
That's also my plan.
Yeah, we just go upstairs, and there's a Panoptic agent in the waiting room.
I think
I
we
don't
need
know.
to figure out where Auden is, because even if they can erase him from the net and from people's memories, there still has to be a physical body somewhere, right?
Probably.
I mean,
You can melt down metal and you can just, cremate a body and then throw it somewhere
I
and
know.
nobody will know.
But
yeah.
Kaizo is thinking that they're not 100% bad. Kaizo is thinking that they're the ones that called the trauma team for Daryl, meaning that they don't necessarily want to kill anybody.
Wait, who? Panoptic?
No, Kaizo is thinking whoever did this is the one that called the the medics for Daryl, because who else could have done that?
We told Panoptic about Daryl. It is entirely possible that Panoptic found
Mm,
Yoon with Daryl and sent trauma team for them.
I don't think so. Yoon had her cyberware hacked, right?
Yes.
And again was probably coming from inside.
And we know that there were security cameras until we disabled them. So the security cameras would have captured Yoon. So Panoptic would know about it.
Yeah, but
I don't know.
I don't think Panoptic cares outside of the fact that whatever happened blocked some of their vision.
And I think that's what they care about. I think they are investigating this so that it wouldn't happen again.
But they are a company they hired to get information. Maybe
Yeah, but out of all the companies,
they are
probably the most benevolent.
Yeah, but whoever owns this AI might have hired them to find it.
I mean, if they would have called the meds for Daryl, why wouldn't they call the meds for pretty much anybody who gets hurt in this city? Like, they're not as evil as most corps, but I don't think they care.
I'm not thinking it's Noptic. I think it's a third party that hired Noptic and called the trauma team. And this third party must be the one who owns the AI that's going after Daryl because he managed to steal their AI. And they are going after Audie because he stole their AI, and they want Daryl alive because he was one of the witnesses.
I feel like we really need to know who paid for Daryl to be picked up by trauma team.
I think whoever it is the same person who bought that copy of Yoon's truck. I think that's easier to track.
Yeah, they're trying to wipe all. They work in a city that has a corpo that can see everything, and they're trying to keep that other corpo from seeing everything.
I don't think they're trying to prevent that. I think that was an outside effect.
They did so many things to wipe their trace. Changed out the car, tried to make sure someone didn't die for some reason. They turned off the cameras in a radius.
I think they're just after Daryl, after Arden, because he was the one who stole them, and they called Panoptic to go after Arden.
And that's why they're wiped. I wonder if we could somehow talk to Panoptic and none of them remembers Auden.
Yeah,
then
that's what I want to know.
Because if they can wipe their memories, that I don't know if we can even do anything at that point.
Yeah, I feel like that might be
to come to us.
I mean, if we offer the AI, they will have.
Or at the very least, offer information. Maybe
or at the very least, we can give them the laptop, right?
True.
The laptop has a bunch of.
Doesn't have anything on it anymore.
We got a copy of the AI, so it must have like a broken AI. Because we fixed the copy, right?
Yeah. Sparrow.
Yes.
we've had an encounter with Panoptic before.
Yes.
Did they leave us a way to contact them? I think they did,
No.
but I don't remember.
They know where you are.
They know everything.
Yeah.
That's the whole deal.
Oh, all we gotta do, find the camera. They're watching everything. Ask them, do you know Auden? If they don't, they're gonna come to us, because that means they don't know something.
True. Let's make it a little bit. Hold on. Didn't somebody already stream and ask their stream if anybody knew Auden?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I mentioned that I was looking for my friend Auden. I haven't looked at the comments.
Check the comments. See if Panoptic responded.
Can I jack myself out now?
Where do you
Jack
jack
yourself
into?
You can use.
I never
port
jacked
that I
out from the
probably have.
He still has
Oh.
the AI on his head.
Oh, so
Oh, I thought
you
you
want
fully
the agent
transferred.
to disconnect from you?
No.
What are you jacked into then? I'm confused.
He's jacked into the laptop.
Oh, once you disconnected from the laptop because the laptop was an empty husk, you don't even need to jack out. There's nothing there to jack out of. It's just
Okay.
yeah.
So I now have I now have Rose in my head now. Okay, that's good.
Oh, we're calling her Rose. I'm glad that stuck.
Oh, that remember a lot. I also use like bits and pieces of his music for parts of my videos. Like I'll check that, and I'll check to see
Can
if
you-
anybody left a weird comment in my stream.
Or check like the VOD. See if like his music has been deleted from your video.
It wouldn't be in the VODs. He'd have to like the actual edited and uploaded content. But he's gonna check his stuff to see if there's any trace of Auden.
And also comments to see if Panoptic responded.
I
Who
highly
is
doubt they would
Auden?
respond on a comment section of a random.
I don't know, they might have a
content
public
creator.
affairs department. We don't know. It might be like the Arby's Twitter account, where they're super freaking cool. I don't know.
But
All right.
McDonald's.
First
and
things
Wendy's
first.
is
There's a
going
lot
on.
of different things happening right now.
Yeah.
What do we want to do first?
I want to go get a drink.
Okay, go get a drink.
I think first, who had the videos that have been edited with Auden's music?
me, the first thing I was gonna do, I'm gonna check to see if like that music is still in the bits and
I
pieces.
feel like
of my
that's a good
videos.
first step.
And this is on your live streaming service?
On the VOD, he would take the VODs and edit them into like highlight clips, and he would put the like he would use parts of Auden's music in the uploaded highlight reels.
But this is like on your
So he's
social
checking.
media platform.
Yes.
Yeah, those music doesn't exist anymore. Well,
Oh, okay.
let's not actually get too hasty. Some of the music is still there.
Is it Lever Clips?
Is it what?
Wait. Let's see. What
Like, is
they-
it slowly disappearing from like newest to oldest video or something?
Yeah, only certain music is gone. And I would say that at this point you can tell that it's the music that Auden was using the
AI for?
AI for, yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Nobody knows who the music belongs to except for you. So, And if you try to go back to the original source where that music was from, it's no longer there, but it is still in your video.
Huh.
They are thorough, whoever they are.
I think next step would be seeing if Panoptic
Yeah.
knows who Auden is, like has commented on the video.
If we've been talking about him, I have been talking about Auden everywhere I've gone. The fact that they haven't come or said anything already, I'm still gonna check to see if anybody has said anything out of the ordinary in the comments. But I think Panoptic still knows who he is.
Yeah,
Okay.
you check your social media where you ask people. You didn't ask people to look for.
He didn't
Auden.
ask anybody to look for Auden. He said he was going to take like a short break to look for his friend Auden.
Okay.
It's been edited, and all it is now is I'm going to take a short break to look for my friend.
There are some people that have requested you to go after a few people. There's a bunch of no names. There's a guy named Randy that runs up to people, hacks them, and then runs away. Like he hacks their bank accounts. Basically, the future version of stealing somebody's wallet or purse. There's a few other things like that. One thing of interest, there is this individual called looking in my notes. What is happening? Stop. Just stop all music. There's someone that likes to give out brain dances that are possibly illegal, and this would be the kind of thing that you would use to hack into things to control them, basically. So would be a good place to start looking for people that might be hacking automated robots or whatnot. But this person seems like a dealer more than anything. They sell brain dances. They don't actually, make the software.
So yeah, he'll turn to the group and say, and mostly just the usual kind of comments that I get.
Oh,
I mean, there's one person they mentioned that, like, if I he deals with kind of like he's a hacker sort of. Uh, we, the story with this guy, he is a hacker, but he sells brain dances that deal with like hacking into automated stuff. Is that what? Like, how did you say that again? Sir?
there's a guy that sells equipment, which is what like people would use for hacking cameras around you, or making a security door open, or basically just like breaking open a vending machine and you know spitting out all the
Snacks.
sodas.
Excuse me, Sparrow. I'm gonna be right back.
Okay, you didn't need to interrupt to say that, but okay. um it would be a good place to start looking for people that are the kind of people that hack uh, automated robots.
Gotcha. So one of the comments is about a guy who is a dealer for tech that can be used to hack automated stuff. There might be a lead there. If we can figure out his supplier,
Yeah.
that'd be
Basically, there's a few people that people want you to go after and whatnot. Also, in your DMs, there is an anonymous user, which you usually block. You're not allowed to comment in your stream unless you have a official account, just because you want to avoid all sort of bots and random people coming in and just spamming whatever they want in their stream. They have to follow you, they have to subscribe and whatever. So an anonymous viewer is not allowed, but there apparently is one, and they say all you have to do is ask. And that's when you all hear the sound of the doorbell.
I'm going to the door.
Okay.
I follow.
Yeah, I follow too.
Standing at the doorway is a solitary figure wearing complete black, and this time there is no TV screen, but just a single camera. Just like one of those security cameras.
Clarify, Just to clarify, I didn't open the door yet. I just opened that like small leather hatch. You know.
Oh, I would assume that there was like windows or whatever you could see them through.
Oh, okay.
I feel like there's like a glass storefront for the waiting room, yeah.
Yep, and they're just standing there with their hands held in front of them. Just sort of standing at rest.
I respond to the message. Hello, question mark, and I point at the guy.
You hear a automated voice read out in your head that says, "What do you have for us?"
Okay.
I asked what we have for them.
Notebook.
Assuming that they can perceive me completely.
A voice in your head says, "I can see you."
Oh. Okay.
They have
Doc
not moved an
kinda just-
inch.
Yeah, Doc kind of just walks over to the door and he goes, "Well, now we can't discuss business without hospitality." And he opens the door and like gestures for them to come in.
They pause and then give you a slight nod as they step into the chamber.
It's like just regular doctor's office waiting room.
Mm-hmm. They stay standing.
So I guess I might as well ask, do y'all remember Auden?
Yeah. Is he in your records, or has somebody powerful enough to sponge even your records clean?
That name is classified.
But you do have record of it.
I cannot speak to you any further on the information that we may or may not possess.
Then who can?
Sure.
I was under the impression that you required my help.
Yes. We require your help by sharing information, and we will share information in return.
If you do not require my precedence, then I will simply leave. And they turn.
Do you
and begin
know
walking
who's
towards the door.
hacking Harp? He asked, do you know who's hacking Harp? If it's not confidential.
Who's Harp?
Who? Say your sentence again?
Do you know who's hacking Harp?
If it's not confidential.
Who is Harp?
HARP is the
Not the-
security corporation that is in charge of the warehouses, like the one that you guys were in.
Ah, okay.
There is a rogue hacker that seems to enjoy utilizing HARP's facilities for their own pleasure.
Define pleasure.
As of yet, there has been no coordinated events, but they do frequent the use of HARP's automated resources.
What end?
They make a mess, and nothing else.
Does it have anything to do with who took control of you?
That information is classified and
so it
unrelevant to
doesn't-
the current case.
You lost an agent to this. We still have information that may be of interest to you. You currently have information that is of use to us. I suggest we work together.
Your attempts
Share
at
information
persuasion
freely.
and intimidation are severely lacking, Doctor. It is not your best suit. And I
You
will
misunderstand.
award you.
I'm not attempting to. I lost the word. My attempts at what are lacking?
Intimidate.
It is not your expertise.
Intimidation. You misunderstand. I am not attempting to intimidate. I'm attempting to work together peacefully.
Then you would suit you best to behave yourself. As for our operative that stepped out of line and is no longer with us, they are not harmed, but their investigation of your renegade AI unit did leave us perplexed. However, unless it is relevant to the current matter in hand, I would suggest that you simply mind your own business.
That's the thing. We're trying to figure out if it is. We don't have a lot to work on, so we don't know what's relevant and what's not.
Best leave that to us then.
You
You can tell that this agent is a bit more persnickety, for lack of a better term. You can tell that they're probably a little bit lower on the totem pole, so they're probably not that pleased that they've been sent to speak to people that aren't informants, basically.
Would I know that this guy is low on the totem pole?
I mean, you can tell because they're wearing just a very simple outfit with just a large trench coat, as opposed to having like one of those high-tech suits. This one actually seems to be just wearing a very simple, almost everyman's clothes.
So Auden's name is being erased from everything except for these guys, and our memories for some reason are fine. Yoon's car was swapped. Daryl was taken to the hospital. I don't know if any of that is connected. There's got to be something that we can give him that is worth it.
We have the notebook.
So
What?
Artie's notebook.
he was rather brusque
Notebook.
with the doctor, so I feel like the doctor will be rather brusque with him. At which point, I think the doctor will say that This panoptic agent is clearly fairly low on the totem pole, and perhaps working together would give it a promotion, and to stop being so rude, because that makes us less willing to work with you.
They just completely turn away from you
I'm bringing
and turns back to Kaizo and says, "You are wanting to inform us, then do so."
Belle's going to get something that we think you don't have, but that you won't tell us, we don't know.
I'll handle him Arden's notebook. I don't know if there is anything salvageable there.
Also, should you be exposing yourself, Belle?
I mean, they already
Well,
know
you're-
about Bell.
They already
Yeah,
know.
the only reason we were trying
I
to
nearly killed one of their agents.
The only reason we were
Well-
trying to keep Bell safe before was because Bell was turned off. So, or
True.
the fact that Bell is on is what's keeping Bell safe. From what we know, at least.
Okay.
It's both that and the fact that I kind of knocked out one of their agents. They are probably
Also,
out and back.
the agent you knocked out is apparently like forcibly retired, but is fine.
Yeah.
Is it possible we could track them down and they could help us instead of this douche in front of us?
I don't think he would be that willing because he probably lost his job because of us. Because he did something he shouldn't.
Dog, I will say this. I can't stand Panoptic. If it were up to me, we wouldn't have to work with them. But they know so much more than we do, and my primary goal right now is to find Auden. And they're the only ones that can help us from what it seems. So
I
what
just
was in-
don't
what-
know if giving them what we know and not really getting anything in return is worth it.
That's the thing.
Because if everything we want to know is
using-
classified,
When they say something is classified, that's basically them telling us, yes, they know about it. We're doing kind of social engineering at this point, using their rules to figure out what we want to know.
at the same time, if I'm a big corporation and there's something I don't know and somebody's asking me about it, I'm most definitely going to tell them, oh, that's classified, and then research it later to try and figure out what I'm missing. You know what I mean?
I'm going based off of what happened last time they didn't know something. They didn't really act. They didn't.
True. Alright.
Well,
It's easy to see the first time that we came across with them, and probably won't be the last. And I think we keep doing positive exchange. It's likely they maybe start to open up a few information to us, and we start working
God,
together.
I hope so.
I'll handle him the audience laptop.
You hand him what?
Audience notebook.
Okay. You hand him the empty laptop that has nothing on it, that is completely broken. And he looks down at you, Bel F, and says, "If you believe that you are done with this piece of evidence, I will go ahead and catalog it."
I mean,
everyone else.
we don't have any way of getting anything on it if there is anything. No. Anything else?
Would there be any physical evidence?
I mean, I wrote on his name on a piece of paper, so that's proof that it seems to only be. I pull it out real quick just to check. But that seems to be proof that they're only able to do it.
The napkin doesn't have anything written on it.
What?
And then you flip it over, and then it says it.
Oh God. This may be my extremely paranoid mind, but is it possible that Auden could have unscrewed the plastic casing of the laptop and put a thumb drive inside it? Should we take it apart real quick, make sure there's nothing?
Freddy did a thorough search of it.
Okay.
Speaking about Freddy, he knows a bunch of stuff. Should you handle then Freddy too?
I don't know if Freddy's here at the moment.
I'm alive.
Okay.
What was the question?
So the Panoptic agent is on the door, and we are handling him the evidence.
The laptop.
Maybe they'll be willing to work with us in the future. And since
Sure, why not? I'll step in.
Since you know a lot of things, maybe you should go with him.
Alright, fine. Leave it to the Netrunner, of course. But I don't see that. But yeah, sure, I'll go with it.
Does Panoptic accept witness testimony?
We accept all testimony. And unlike physicians, we do not have any privacy policies that require any sort of paperwork.
At that, Doc kind of rolls his eyes and he goes, "Tell me about it."
I must say that as a physician that is well known in the arts of cyberware technology and manifesting components connected to the cerebral cortex, you do not take these opportunities to study any sort of knowledge.
What?
They're basically saying that despite the fact that you work with brains all day, you haven't grown yours. They're calling you dumb.
Yeah.
As he stands there with a cocked head, he just heard a bunch of words that makes no sense to him.
You hand him the laptop and he just puts it under one arm and simply says, is there anything else that you would like to present at this time?
He does kind of, Doc does kind of reply to the earlier jab, and he goes, "While outward growth may be hard to observe, inward growth is much more complicated." And then he kind of gestures at the Panoptic agent when he says outward growth, because this Panoptic agent is clearly lower rank and doesn't yet have a TV head.
You really don't want to work with them, do you?
No, I just want them to be polite.
The cameraman, the camera just sort of rotates like 180 degrees and looks at you, Dr. D, and says, "I did not think that you were one to make genitalia puns. But I'm glad that you are confident in your own inward growth."
He kind of pats the shoulder of the Panoptic guy and he goes,
As soon as you reach out to touch them, they just slap your hand away.
at which point he transitions quickly from going to pat them to finger guns, and he goes, "You don't know me very well if you think that I don't have an interest in genitalia."
Unfortunately, I am much too aware.
Doc begins giggling to himself.
All agents are required to download all information gathered about units before meeting them.
At which point,
And
Doc
they just
looks
turn
at him
away in
and goes-
disgust.
At which point, Doc looks at him and goes, "Everything? Oh God, you poor thing."
They take a few steps away from you. They glance at Bell. They look at Kaizo. And
Are you
you're
allowed to
positive
say
there's
anything?
nothing else you would like to show me.
I'm offering Freddy.
And then they turn and look directly at Freddy.
Shit. Can I help you?
Do we share the discovery of the AI or not?
No.
I think that by that reaction they know.
Probably. Considering the fact they may have been looking at the AI.
Freddy,
Through your
only
eyes the
inside
entire
your
time.
head do you hear, "Hello in there." And you hear Ruby respond, "Hello."
Well,
God.
there goes that.
I'm telling you, man,
Um,
these guys see everything.
Yeah, I probably should have disconnected from the net before going into the clinic.
Um,
I could have
So-
sworn I put up the firewalls.
No firewalls can solve my stupidity.
I feel like firewalls prevent from somebody attempting to get in, but doesn't quite protect from somebody just looking inside.
Yeah, remember how I mentioned social engineering? Most of the time cybersecurity has issues, it's because people are stupid, and Kaiser was one of them.
Ignore that. That's my prototype AI.
The camera turns back towards you, Dr. D, and holds out their hand, palm up, and simply says, "May I?"
Dr. D narrows his eyes and goes, "Make you what? Considering our previous conversation, I'm not sure what you want me to put on your hand."
Let me make it obvious then. And suddenly flying out from the doorway is that box that had the camera attached to it that you all had managed to reconstruct Ruby inside of. And it's just sort of floating above their hand. I'd like to
Oh,
see your
that.
handiwork.
Hey, that's her body. Well,
Kind of.
not anymore, I guess?
They're asking permission.
Who are they talking to?
Me.
Because it's his stuff.
Oh.
I mean,
Dr.
just
D
both
says-
type aware.
Dr. D says on one condition.
The box plops into their hand.
So you accept my condition?
They're waiting.
Dr. D requests that he be able to examine this agent.
Which agent are
Medically.
you referring to?
The one in front of me.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. My reasoning is that if I can somewhat begin to understand their biomechanical makeup, it may
Want me to
spark
turn
new
on
theories.
the heart rate monitor? Want me to turn on the heart rate monitor?
Do what?
Turn on my heart rate monitor so you can detect his heart rate.
I have one too. You said persuasion?
Yes.
Do I happen to have any help?
I'm gonna say no because I'm making this not disadvantage because they dislike you.
Okay. Well, 10.
They say, what you see is what you get. But you may be allowed to observe me as long as I'm allowed to observe the box. Nothing leaves or stays.
Nothing leaves or stays.
Basically, they're saying
Okay.
that nothing leaves with them and nothing stays with you.
If you are to examine the box and I am to examine you, can we move down to my lab then?
We will stay right here.
Very well.
You may be allowed
Is
to
it-
use what is readily available to you, as I am in the same situation. That is only
Okay.
fair.
Well, I use the tool hand.
You may look, and I may look. That is all.
Oh. So
yeah,
no
both
touch.
of y'all are under look but no touch.
Oh.
I'm well aware of what your hands can do, and I would
I'll
like
just
to
turn on my
abstain.
scanners.
We need to look
Fair
the room.
enough. Okay. Well, in that case, I'm definitely going to use all of my vision cybernetics
Okay. You
to
do
discern
have
as much as
the
possible.
you have the like heat vision, night vision thing. And
Yep.
I'll say that with that, what you can tell is that they have a mostly flesh body, except for the head. You can also tell that there is a subsection of their back that has like several large plates where they've basically swapped out their skin for plates. Also, the joints and the forearms and the shins have plates on them as well. Otherwise, they're a
Okay.
completely flesh person. And you can see vital organs in there and whatnot. You can sort of read there and whatnot.
Yep. Read their vitals.
Okay. I think if you want to observe anything specific, go ahead and make me a perception check.
Okay. I also have micro optics. So
You're like
User
zooming,
with-
basically?
it provides the user with 400 times magnification.
Oh, goodness. Okay. Yeah, go
So-
ahead and roll perception and then tell me what sort of things you
Cellular level, I guess?
I'm gonna I don't think cellular. Not at this distance, at least.
Well, it's microvision, and a microscope allows you to see like blood cells and whatnot.
Right, but that's only if it's right up to it. I think at this distance you can see if there are any nanomachines on them, but
Okay.
like you can tell if there's any dandruff or whatnot on their suit. But again,
So
they are also
perception?
wearing clothes. Yes, perception.
Okay.
And I'll give you advantage because you've got
Advantage.
Yes.
All right. Okay, so I rolled a 9 plus 8, 17.
How did you roll a 9?
On a d10?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Plus 8, so 17.
Okay. Yeah, you can see that they don't have any anything on their suit. Their suit looks pristine. You can see that there is microfiber on there that makes it completely friction resistant. So this suit would not get wet. Nothing would stain the suit. Nothing would get on it. Other than that, it doesn't look like it's any sort of protective. Like, you don't know if they've got anything underneath of their shirt or whatnot. Probably some sort of vest. But you don't think they're actually wearing a vest under there. Judging by their bulk and whatnot. So you think that they're literally wearing just like this kind of fancy shirt and jacket. You can also tell that their shoes are made of that same sort of like resistant material or whatnot. So these clothes wouldn't get scuffed or stained or anything. Completely dust free and everything.
Can I do the thing with his clothes?
Do what thing?
My scan and
You want to eat his clothes and understand how...
I don't need to eat it or like stare it for like a minute or so.
Can you do that? I thought you had to take in a sample and then you can learn its composition.
I always thought I would just like scan it.
Just a blue light going back and forth over this guy's leg.
Go ahead and make some sort of roll, because if they catch you, they're gonna stop you.
Okay.
Stealth, maybe?
Yeah, stealth or something.
Reveal.
But yeah, they just sort of like tilt their head down and look at the box, and you can hear some sort of like machinery like whirring and like zooming and whatnot. And they just sort of like glance over it a few times.
Yeah, I rolled like a 1.
Yeah, I think your screen like blinks and is like, begin scanning. And they just turn and look at you.
Is it possible for me to get like as close as possible without touching, like looking at them, to try and engage my microvision on a cellular level?
They will not allow you to get closer than 5 feet.
I can't even stealth?
I'm gonna say no, because he's keeping an active look on you at all times. I'll let you roll with disadvantage. How about that?
Stealth with disadvantage. I'll take it.
I like to think that as soon as I start like scanning, and you can see like the bar quickly progress to like 50%, and when he looks at me, it starts like slowly decreasing.
19
Never mind. Oh god.
with disadvantage. My first roll was a 22.
How'd you get a 22?
Because I have a plus 14 to stealth.
What the heck? Okay.
Yeah.
So what was the disadvantage? 19?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you start to inch up towards them, and as Belle start scanning them, they instantly walk up to Belle and place a hand over their screen. So they didn't notice you stealthing up to them, but you were unable to get up to them. That's what I would say. And they'll say, please do not attempt to do anything unregistered.
Can Belle...
and then they turn around to you, Doctor, and hand the box back to you.
So while their hand is on Belle's scanner, technically, can Belle take like very high resolution images? Belle?
I don't think my camera is that good.
No.
I have to squeeze a lot of hardware there.
Do you also
That's
have microvision?
No. I have thermal vision and heart rate monitor.
Okay. Well, poo. Okay.
They hand the box back to you. Dr. D, do you take it?
Yeah.
All right.
How do they hand it back to me?
They take a slight step towards you and they hold their palm up and the box floats and then just floats over towards you because they're not going to get close to you. They know that you're untrustworthy at this point.
I'm not untrustworthy. I'm just very hungry for information.
Fair enough. And they're very good at being
Trustworthy.
secretive.
True.
I'm not trustworthy, I'm just horny.
Oh my god, can I attempt seduction?
Do you have a skill for that?
I don't even know what skill would that be.
I'm sure there's a skill for that. There's a skill for freaking dressing nice.
What about contortionist?
No.
What?
Oh, absolutely not. How dare you? You know, just for that, no, I'm not gonna allow
Would
you
that
to.
be personal? Would that be personal grooming? Because that's like attractiveness.
Sure. Again, with
know.
disadvantage.
Okay, with disadvantage, I got that's a 7. And that's...
Contortionism. How dare you?
I'm just imagining somebody starts breakdancing or something.
No, I just imagine Dr. D being like,
into
"Oh,
a ball.
thanks for this back. You know, I'm used to handling black boxes like this.
No.
Do you want to come lay down on my operating table so I can open you up?"
Oh god, that's even worse. With disadvantage, I rolled a 1. So.
You start to say something and they're like,
wait.
"No."
Is 1? I guess it doesn't matter, but that's where you like roll another and then subtract it from the total.
Yes, but I'm just gonna say
Okay.
for this instance, it's a critical failure. They don't even allow you to speak,
I mean, it's a 4.
and
total.
just instantaneously
Oh, yeah.
shut you down. With that, they're gonna turn back to Kaizo, the only neutral person in this room, and say, "What is it that you were hoping to get out of this meeting?"
We aren't able to talk about audit. You do know what we want. Would you be able to give us at least a direction of which way to go to find out what we want?
And you know what I want. So, there's only 2 ways that this is going to turn out. Either I leave here and pretend that you all were just as belligerent as this one, and gestures towards Dr. D, and I was unable to learn anything from my visit.
He
And
bows
possibly
and
get
blows a
fired.
kiss when it's gestured towards.
Or you can release everything to me, and I don't have to take you down to the station and remove the information by force.
Yep, there it is. Out of character, do I know? I mean, like, worst case scenario, do I know that, like, the consequences if this unit were to, I don't know, suddenly go offline?
You would not know that.
Is it reasonable to assume that we would be descended upon by hordes of much stronger panoptic agents?
If something could happen to a panoptic agent, all hell would break loose.
Okay, well, that's... yep.
The act of threatening panoptic would be probably the worst situation you can imagine yourself.
Uh-huh. I
There
thought
would be
so,
no
but I
chance
figured
of
I'd give it a
survival.
shot.
I will, for the last time, while I'm still feeling amicable, ask nicely to hand over what you have collected.
You wouldn't hurt her, would you?
Just out of curiosity, do you already have an internal agent? Could you give them that one instead of Ruby or Rose?
They would not.
I
fall
do,
for
but
that.
it would be very obvious that it's a rudimentary.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before she leaves, can you install tracking information within her?
Oh, you're talking to me?
Yeah. Or maybe you can just give them a copy.
Kaizo, make a persuasion check. You said you wouldn't hurt her, would you? Right?
Yeah.
Make a persuasion check.
$19.
Such effects are not possible.
So you're reasoning that just because she's an AI, she can't feel pain?
They
I got
slowly turn their head back to you, Doctor, and say, "Do you take me for a fool? Surely you must. I do not insult your intelligence and your understanding of cyberware technology. You would know that this not to be the case. Anything and everything can feel pain. You know this, so do not ask such trivial questions."
I got 3 words.
Suck my dick.
It's my. She is now my property, and no, I will not give you her.
Freddy, she's not your property. She's her own AI. She's
Shut up! Shut up!
They know. They've been watching. They have to have been watching for my eyes. They already know this much.
Well, actually, you're right.
Freddy, you hear them speaking to your mind. Oh, they speak
doctor-
only into Freddy's mind when they say, "She was never yours speaking with, and neither is she ours. This is a simple investigation.
give a
Do not be
damn."
petty."
I don't give a damn.
Also, The doctor, not hearing this internal conversation between the panoptic agent and Freddy, goes, "That is true. She is her own entity. Should we not let her make the decision of whether she goes with you or not?" Or would you impose upon her free will?
This is not a question that is up for debate. You have taken something that does not belong to you, did not belong to your friend. I'm simply returning to its owner. That is the end of this discussion. And they take a step towards you, Freddy. And you all feel this presence that sort of washes over you. And you feel like at any moment they could probably release this sort of pressurized wave that might even stop you moving entirely.
So you condone her slavery?
Slavery is in reference to sentient beings.
She is sentient.
She believes she is.
I
Well,
know
she's
she is.
learning. She is learning. A creature that learns is sentient. No matter
Any
the
software
state
that can
of
learn
their body.
is not sentient. There are multiple different types of software that can learn. You know this. Do not
And
question
yet
me.
she's different. She's something I haven't seen before. Though perhaps
So it
only
is something
once.
that you do not understand. You are not an expert in this area, and neither than I. And so it is for the best
Okay.
that we leave these to things to people who do know.
Why
better than
would you?
us.
Why would you give it back to the people who have been able to hide things from you?
So you yourself admit
Make
that
a
you do not
make a
understand them.
Kaizo. Do you say that out loud?
Yeah, he's trying to get to see if he can get Panoptic to not want to help the people who are hiding things from him.
Make
Them.
a bribery check. Or would this be interrogation? What persuasion or bribery? I feel like.
I am much better at persuasion.
You will still have advantage.
19. Talking is my one good skill.
Oh, it would be nice if I had a San Gavin stand.
They do not stop their approach or their intimidating presence, but Kaizo, in the back of your mind, the very faintest voice that you can barely hear, you're not even sure you hear it at all. You hear someone say, "There is a reason why we fight to be able to see as much as we can."
Can I make a break for it?
Do you try to make a break for it?
Yes, I want to juke.
Make a
Athle-
what would this be? Athletics? Yeah. Make an athletics check.
The doctor says, since he was kind of ignored when he was talking before, he goes, "Then again, perhaps a slave only finds more slaves."
I got an 18.
So basically, he's calling the panoptic agent a slave to the
I get
company's
that.
machine.
Make an intimidation check.
Me?
Yes.
Okay.
Where are you attempting to go, Freddy?
Somewhere far away.
Do you want to go upstairs, downstairs, or out the door?
Out the door.
Okay, so you rush past them, and they don't even motion to grab you, but they do turn, and I need you to make a body check.
Where's intimidation?
Or interrogation. I'm sorry.
Interrogation? Okay.
Yes.
What do you want me to roll again?
Body.
Body?
Yeah, that's just
Oh
the
my
stat.
god.
What'd you get?
I rolled a natural 10, so I'll roll again.
Yep, roll again.
And that's 2. So 12 plus 5, 17.
I will say with that, Freddy, you will get advantage on this body check.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm over here going through the list while it's on top.
Yeah, it's just your
God,
stat.
24.
What the heck?
Whew.
Freddy just bursts out of the doors, and as the doctor calls out to the agent, they falter. And Freddy runs out into the streets and just keeps running without looking back. And the agent turns, looks at Dr. D, and looks at Kaizo and says, "You may have well doomed us all." And then turns and walks out.
As they're leaving, can I kind of like shout after them that if they had been more forthcoming, this outcome may not have happened?
And as they stand in the doorway with the door, they look back over their shoulder at you and say, "Some secrets are kept for the safety of those who do not know." And that is where
Your
we end tonight's
hubris
session.
doomed us all.